Oh, yeah, sorry. The cameras are all going to be... Thanks for that, bro. Just hit that right as I hit the button.
Well, I was trying to say it before you just kept
you went... Yeah, because you were having a different conversation. I kind of zoned you out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical difficulties.
There we go.
Zoned you out.
I mean,
thanks, Mitch.
you were talking about something else while I was working on things. Look, that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Anyway.
I think it's understandable.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Component Cast with some more Elendor Chronicles Live. I am your DM, Midgeman, and we are here for yet another week. Couple of housekeeping things thus far tonight. First up, we are not having a broadcast next week. I'm taking some holiday time, some well-needed holiday time, so we are taking a week off. Apologies for that. The second thing is, last week's broadcast, we'll be making it onto YouTube this week. I basically held it a week, so we have something this week and then something to go up on YouTube next week as well. So that's how we're going to fill those slots. So you'll be seeing that this week, probably tomorrow. That will be live. So the previous episode will be live on YouTube tomorrow. As always, we also have some other little filler things to talk about before we move on. Let me just get my documentation up. There we go. Of course, let's start off with plugging said YouTube. That YouTube, obviously, you can find that in the panels below. If you don't know about us, you can catch us on YouTube and watch all of our broadcasts so far on there. Subscribing really helps us out, and liking those videos, sharing them with your friends. It's the best way to get the archived content out there, and we really appreciate those of you who are watching over on our archived broadcasts. Hello. Next up, obviously, we have Music D20. Music D20 are an independent composition team that aim to bring your TTRPG table to life. Their entire catalogue, including loopable tracks, are available for their $5 a month patrons. To check them out, go to our links or panels and description below. You can hear examples of their tracks right now. That's what's playing. And the way you're hearing that play is through Syrinscape. Thank you so much to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheres you bring to our table. You can add sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets to get you started. Go to Syrinscape.com or follow the links in our panels and descriptions to find out more. Without further ado, let's get on with tonight's episode. We stand together, foes, friends, and unaligned, to set right a world for the mortal kind. At this, the apogee of all the bloodshed, this great summit where fate hangs her solemn head, it is up to I to duly justify what will happen to those from heaven high, from down below in plains of such hatred. From fire, earth, air, and water created, those of fey and bewildering wilds, even to us, which divinity doth smile. So I put to you, the immortal titans vanquished, I say leave with honor, or be banished. For those that leave with their heads held in dignity, may stake their hold on mortals willingly placing their faith in your sublimity, yet those that refute my generous overture, those who would see to destroy mortal love, art, culture, their freedom to choose, fight, fail, laugh, and grow, I shall strike them down with a banishing blow. Those that shall not heed this decree for warning will find their flock in despair, mourning the loss of their god, for I will cast out that rebellious soul without a doubt. Your time is over. All is said and done. The war is past us and the battle won. So, hear my decree, or forget your litany, for now is an age of true brilliancy. The past is the past. Your dominion is all but your. Now is the time for Elendor. Yeah, I did. We're back. Hello, everybody. I didn't unmute us because I didn't know what they were talking about for a moment. So, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Elendor Chronicles. Who would like to do the recap this week? Cool.
Somebody speak up here, guys. I've done it twice when I already had inspiration. I'm not doing it again.
I still have
I've been
inspiration
awake-
from the last time I did it. I haven't used it yet.
15 hours straight. I don't even remember what I had for dinner. I think.
Thanks for volunteering, Midge. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah. So,
Give yourself inspiration.
yeah.
No.
Yes.
I mean,
the GM.
that's
Give
fair. You
the
do it, you
GM
get
an
inspiration. So there's going to be one of these times where a bad guy's going to do something. He's like, I don't like that result. Let's try again.
I love that personally as well. So, welcome back, everybody, to the Elendor Chronicles, of course. So last week, our group made some headway in a lot of their investigations and to the true meaning and discovery of what the marks meant and did, and who was really pulling the strings. We finished up the bamboozle of a quest line that entailed breaking and entering into a residential home of an old man and his daughter, and helped get the daughter out of the building to be with her love, as well as sail away into the sunset in that kind of fashion. They managed to not get the wealth within the building, but Zep did get himself some firearms finally. The encounter went pretty. In terms of how this party deal with things, it was accurate. And
I don't know what you're talking about. Both Zedaar and Zep nailed their portion of the entire thing without flaw.
yeah, it was absolutely flawless how they...
Fine, of
I mean,
course,
there was a
forget
flaw
Braun.
that hit Braun as he fell on it.
The silver monster! The silver monster!
And as the Carbonite bandits ran away, the troop took took Alice and her beloved to an inn on the docks where they found themselves a ship. I think
That's
on
our name.
the way.
I won't complain. Like, the Carbonite Bandits is not the worst name I've ever heard for a group.
I know that's a pretty Carbonite Bandit. It actually sounds like an indie punk band. Like it's.
We
from
don't have one
Sacramento.
yet, so
This is my Star Wars homage cover band.
Yeah, there's a band out of Sacramento, California. There we go. Following that, they concluded their business with the Marchioness after receiving some more information on who it was that really put the brand on them, revealing that, like the party suspected, it was the Council of the Labyrinth that were really running the show here, and that Blackjack was also, in a way, being used as a pawn. But the group returned to Greer's Inn, the Singing Dagger, to have another conversation with him and try and gain some more information. With a little bit of insight, the party realized that Greer himself is a member of the council and runs a lot of the information gathering for said council. Revealing to them, Greer gave good reason as to why, well, fairer reason as to why the group had been selected the way they had, that each elements of the council wanted their interests and influence shown in one way or another. He divulged that it's better for everybody if the party were to just continue on as they were, as if they hadn't heard this information. But, of course, being vigilant as to what they've learnt. We ended off last time with the group exiting once more Blackjack's barge after being given a blueprint of the warehouse, as well as a task to find an elven gentleman with a magical key, spending time mainly in either the castle on the main island at the center of the city, or on a floating casino that rotates round the city. Party, what would you like to do?
Are we alone right now?
You're you've got people of Blackjacks gang somewhat around you, and there's obviously, even though it's nighttime, there is still people moving around on the harbour, but the nearest person is probably 30 foot away from you.
Has he given us the invitations?
You have been given the invitations, yes.
Can you read them?
It's there's no set name on them. It's just admittance for one to the Jack's High Casino, and it's on a dyed red piece of paper with white writing.
Okay.
I would very much like to get off this barge. I do not like being on the water.
Oh, I have really bad news for you.
I know.
Oh, I'm going to be off for my vaccine tomorrow. That's cool. Hey,
congratulations, DM.
Yeah.
Hey, God's getting vaccinated.
Who said that?
Praise Tiamat.
Sorry, I'm very excited about that.
Let's recap what we have to do. We are invited to a boat that is a casino. A certain individual whose name we do not have, though he is elven in appearance and dresses a certain way and has a fondness for a raspberry drink, contains an item that we need to retrieve and give back to Blackjack.
I had an idea about this. Perhaps if we find said gentleman, of course he will have bodyguards, but if we can get him alone for 10 seconds even, you could snatch the man away, and I could turn into his likeness, so his bodyguards would not be quite suspecting until we are ready to run.
Presumably that man will have to urinate.
This is what I was thinking, yes. Maybe he pee off end of boat. I don't know.
In a high establishment casino, how lewd.
High-end or not, it is still Ratbury.
The whole place is a bathroom.
And it is on a boat, and the usual thing to do on boats is just off the side.
Ladies don't do that.
Nah,
He
everyone
is
does.
not lady.
True. But a high-end establishment would think they'd have a privy of some sort.
Is it high-end establishment, or is it simply a place to make money?
I would think if this is a high invitation only, I would think it was something of a high class.
Which, if we want to blend in, we may also have to take on the appearance of nobles ourselves. Just so we don't look out the place, even with a ticket.
One moment. Ruby will turn around and then face the group again. Done.
Yeah.
That is a good trick.
No, I take it nothing changed of Ruby. It was
Nothing
just like it
changes.
was already, yeah. Lovely.
I am not sure how I will blend in, but I suppose I will pose as foreign wealthy individual. I will pretend I do not know common. This should make it easy.
Can you wax your scales or shine them? Or is there a polish?
My scales are not lustrous enough for you.
Well, no, I'm asking, can they be polished up more? Is there like a special soap or a scrub? How do Dragonborn clean themselves? This is a question.
I would assume the same way everyone does.
I would too, but I don't want to make assumptions. Oh, he's a kitty. Hi, Duke.
You do not polish scales. If you polish them, it gets into the cracks between, and you cannot sweat anymore. Very dangerous.
Now that further implications, you sweat?
How do you sweat when...
Yes. I am not a cold-blooded creature. I control my own body weight, my body heat.
Interesting.
We are learning all kinds of things about each other
Really?
today.
I could spend a whole hour talking about this, but unfortunately we have things to do.
So what do we think of my
I think we
little
need to
bit
get-
of a plan?
I think we are planning too much before we have understanding of what is actually happening on the boat.
I think a good surveillance of the boat would be extremely helpful in that regard, but I think Valmir does have a good idea. If he can, for instance, watch this individual long enough, we could confirm it's him. He goes into the bathroom, transforms. Somebody happens to keep feeding this gentleman plenty of drinks. Eventually, he will go to the privy, and then we do the old 1-2.
Let us hope that he is not very talkative to his bodyguards.
You can't. Can
What's
you not
the
emit voices?
1-2?
I cannot.
The
This
old
is
1-2.
assuming that the privy is not communal. Otherwise, you will have to get pass guards to get into privy.
Odd. Possibly.
I can do a passable
said
orc
it
accent,
yourself.
but not an elf.
You said to yourself, this may be high-end establishment. If there is privy, it may be one person at a time. Which puts immediate flaw in plan. I still think best idea is just to find the key. Once we know where key is, just slip it from pocket when nobody's watching. From somebody who knows how to not be seen very good.
Were we
But,
not told that this key is around the man's neck? Or am I imagining that?
I think you were imagining that.
It's not a poor assumption, though. It's it's not a poor assumption.
Regardless, I still believe we having the ability to walk on water if we need to escape would help us significantly for those of us wearing heavy armor and cannot swim adequately.
agree.
I believe if if we do go through with my beginnings of plan, I believe most of you would be able to escape on freely. So if I could just run away from boat and not sink, that may be a good plan. I don't know.
How does your spell last, Zedaar?
Well, we would have to procure a scroll of it, but by my memory, it lasts an hour. Assuming it does not take us an hour on the boat, we could get on, cast it as we arrive on the taxi, and then just walk off before the hour is up.
Or would you? I guess we can go to the store person whose name I'm already forgetting and buy it.
Do we know
It
that
was
they
the
have a
Goodwin
scroll?
Crest Mad Eye's Quill. Sorry, Mad Eye's Quill in Goodwin Crest.
And we know for sure that they have this scroll? Is it common scroll?
We do not, but we can see. Technically, it is a divine scroll, so we may be having better luck at a temple.
I think it is definitely worth a look.
It is not necessary. Worst case scenario, we swim.
I cannot swim. I drown.
Well, that could be a problem then.
Very much so, yes.
All right, let's go see if we can't find what we're looking for then.
We gather our party and then venture forth.
I will also go shopping, but that is for some better clothing, because all I have now are my travelers.
I will go
Others.
with you, Zep.
Thank you.
You need a tailor.
I would appreciate another eye. This is not the kind of thing I usually care about.
I will go with Zip to. I will go with Zedaar to find a scroll.
Okay, so we've got a team going to find some scrolls, and we've got a team going clothes shopping. Darius, which team are you joining, or are you going somewhere completely different?
What's the fastest route to crazy?
If Darius goes with Ruby, all he's going to do is get insulted all the time.
That's true.
All the time.
Listen, one person in this group has always been nice to you, Darius. Just remember that. Minus the one time I insulted you in the first session, but nobody remembers that.
You're right.
So it's Kifis.
You're
then.
right. It's Braun.
Ron did give you a key.
Yep. He has quite literally been the nicest person to me. I'll go with the scroll.
Person is close enough.
He's a person.
Yeah, like I said, it was close enough. He's more than a person. He's a mighty man.
Okay, so you're going with scroll team. Okay, we'll start with said scroll team then. So you're heading to the same place you went for before in the other side of the city, or are you going to try to look for somewhere else?
Start there. If it doesn't have it, we'll expand our search.
Okay, no worries. So you head to Mad Eye's Quill. You get that. But by the time you get there. Okay, actually, I'm just going to caveat this. Are you guys looking to shop right now because it is 8 p.m. or are you waiting until tomorrow?
We were told that we didn't have we had more of an open-ended time frame, so I assume we'll try tomorrow night.
Okay, so you're looking at going shopping tomorrow. Is there anything anyone wants to get done tonight?
Yeah, it occurs to me that I have a blunderbuss, but I don't actually have any ammunition, so I'd like to craft some ammo.
Okay, no problem.
Ruby will actually watch and see how he does that.
So, are you going to try and find a forge, or are you going to go to just tinker with what you've got?
Ammunition I should be able to do myself. I have blacksmithing tools.
Okay.
And you don't need a forge to melt lead.
Very
You
true.
can do a campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty low melting point. Okay, so you're just gonna start a fire. Are you going? Okay. Are you going to try and?
I'll probably just go back to my. Oh yeah, I'll go back to the inn, and I believe that there is a hearth in my room. I'll just use that.
Okay, sure thing. Yeah, you can go to the hearth in your room in the Singing Dagger, and you can melt some balls. I'd say to.
I also do have gunpowder equipment because we did go specifically to a herbalist to pick up things like sulfur.
Yes, I remember you doing that. So I won't charge you for the materials to make this, but I will say take 5 gold of crafting materials away, so you just make yourself a cast that you can reuse to cast the balls. Other than that, yeah, I will say you've probably got enough material to do about 30-40 shots.
Okay.
There is going to be an awkward time when he's trying to work that Ruby's going to take a tape measure and just measure his angles.
Oh, for clothing?
Yeah.
I understand why you are doing this, but could you maybe step back a little bit? This is very delicate. If the fire hits the wrong materials, everything goes boom.
Well, I understand that, but I tell you right now, if you do not look proper for this, the entire cover is going to be blown. Also, it has to have
one
extra
gold piece for this.
Also, Braun also needs clothes.
Yeah, this is true. Braun, what would you like for this?
Oh, I think he'd look great in a 2-piece.
I assumed that I would be going in as protection, but I have always been fond of the larger sort of poofy hat.
Then we will get you the largest of the puffy hats.
Exciting.
I'm sorry. That one of my players in my Wednesday game also plays a Warforged and has an obsession with large poofy hats.
Yeah, I'm thinking Calculon from Futurama, where he's in the sort of Shakespearean outfit.
Yeah, it's one of those massive with the frills and the feathers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my own background is of a mercantile nature. Something associated with this would be better than perhaps aristocracy.
No, you're not going to be a merchant. You're going to be as a noble. A noble, you must dress as a noble.
I am a newly moneyed noble, not necessarily blue blood.
Well, you have the money. It is time to be a noble.
Yes,
Don't worry, I will take care. I will take care of you, Zeb. I will take care of you. You will be perfect.
I am always perfect. I appreciate this, though. Thank you very much, Ruby, for your assistance.
Of course. I want to live.
Meanwhile, Darius is being harassed by a street tabaxi.
In my head, it's just been Kippis has just been bothering him all day.
Yeah, I think that's the good drawing point on that. I think Kifis is just like all over. Darren's just like trying to tell us. I was like, so do you see when we broke up into that building? And it's just like, continuing. Whack the
Darius-
guy.
Yeah, Darius spends his night cleaning his gear to I mean, he's a good portion of his time has been spent fighting in sewers over the last week, so he's cleaning everything.
Okay.
Deep
yeah.
clean. I'm assuming at this point my room has been cleaned, and is
Yep.
available to me again.
Absolutely, you can go back to the room that you had previously. It's no longer in a deaded state. You are missing like a couple, like the chair to the desk is gone, but like because it was completely broken. But everything else has been replaced and put back to normal.
Yeah, no, he spends his night cleaning everything and just getting ready for tomorrow. He has one set of clothing, so he's mending the places he's been cut open and things like that. She's gonna look fine, hopefully.
Will he braid his beard?
No, actually, no. I just realized he doesn't need to do any of that. He just uses his squire and retainers deal with the mending of things.
Mm-hmm. I'd imagine you'd do a lot of overseeing, though. I don't feel like Darius would fully trust them to get everything right.
He trusts his squire to get things done.
The other,
He trusts his squire.
by the way,
There is
you
a
haven't-
hierarchy.
You haven't seen Donovan in a few days.
I thought I had a day, and I thought it's only been a day.
You haven't seen him in a few days.
Because we had a day, and I was hoping to time it so that we were back when or if I knew I wasn't going to be back. When was this time up? It was like yesterday, or no, it was the day before, or it was the day after today, wasn't it? His time was up because I had him for like a week.
You had him for 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, it's only been.
It's been several
had-
days.
It hasn't
it's
been
been
like
like a week at this point.
Tomorrow will be day 5.
Yeah.
The last time you saw
that
him
wasn't-
is when you got out of the sewer and you sent him. No, the day you got out of the sewer and you sent him to get new clothes. You saw him for that evening, and then you guys went to bed.
And that was day 2. That was day 2 because I only had.
You never saw him for day 3.
No, he had new clothes because I saw him. He had new clothes.
Yeah, you saw him that evening.
Yeah.
You
And
didn't
that was
see
the last
him.
you saw him.
Yeah, and that was the last you saw him.
Marjorie, where's Donovan?
The rabbit has not returned since, but a day and day half.
Patrick, Drake.
I mean, I don't know. It's Marjorie saw him last.
Thought it was you, Patrick. When you didn't think I saw you had drank.
No, she saw him the morning. He got up like 4 a.m. This is correct. He got up very very early and he
Didn't tell me about this.
I thought you already knew. I apologize.
Why would you assume that?
Well, you didn't care.
Why wouldn't I have cared?
Well, you just. I mean, you've been missing training
I
as
can
well.
hear your logic.
So
Yeah.
I assumed there was more important things, and he was already involved. Getting up in the
Okay.
early like
And
that.
what did we learn about this? What have
The-
we learned about assumptions?
That maybe I should confirm everything with you.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
All right.
So when are we going back to morning training?
You should be doing that on your own. Like every
Oh,
day.
But of course, my family assigned me to you to learn, and I want to learn.
Yes. I've been actively yesterday spent all day, all of the day hours here training.
Correct?
Right? Because didn't we have that whole day where we woke up super early in the morning and it was
Yep.
we had
Yeah,
like the whole day?
you killed the day with
I
some
assumed
slow
that whole
roasts and
time when I said I'm spending time training, Marjorie was there.
stuff. Okay.
At least some
Oh,
some of the time.
I know she was there. Yeah, no, she was. It's just like, it's the routine.
What do you
is
mean? You had a
getting-
whole day.
I like the routine, and I'm wondering when we get back to said routine.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm actively working with a raccoon.
I
Do you think I
admit it
have?
is not
Do you think
your
I have
most,
control? Do you think I have control over what's going on right now?
I admit
Head.
you've been in less messy situations, no?
Hmm. Yeah. You think? Yeah. Probably a good bet. All right.
Apologies.
We
So
can
is
move
anyone
on.
else doing anything else this evening? I just got a message. What's the Wi-Fi password? It's on the router. Jesus.
I am spending an hour to attune to a short sword that I took from the party stash, so that I can use my Hex warrior feature with it.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I do not believe taking a glaive onto the boat is going to be the most sneaky of moves. I may need to leave the glaive at home for now. So I go with short sword.
Okay. Absolutely.
I think that's it for me.
Okay. So
Likewise.
So with Zep burning into the late hours of the evening to build some shot for his newly acquired weaponry, we dimmed the morning light, and
We get a long rest.
you do get a long rest, and I will apply that to you all.
All right. Cool.
What was that?
Wand of magic missiles.
Ah, of
I
course.
forgot to roll it the second day.
No worries.
Cool. Okay.
But anyway, you all wake up in the morning, fresh and early. There is a pottage being made in the inn this morning. It seems to be like a communal porridge kind of thing. Should anyone want breakfast, but the day is yours. How would you like to spend it? Are you splitting now off into your shopping groups? Okay. We'll start with team I am looking for scrolls. So you guys head... I've put the singing dagger music on just as you go back to the market. You guys head to the Seven Crest district again. You finally get onto the Quill, that shop, with the same really hazed aromas being produced by the incense burners. Who's going to be helming the talking here? Are any of you standing outside? What's the go here?
I'm going in with Zedaar.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Shopkeepman. We are in a little bind, and we are looking for some magical scrolls. Do you happen to have any that we may purchase?
Yes. I do.
That is good.
Could we see them, please?
Yes. Let me see. So I think I gave you the list of what scrolls this guy had before, but let's see if he's got any new stock, and I will roll. Where's my tin? Where's my tin of dash? I do not know. I will roll on the screen. You're in luck. Okay, he has got a few new things. So essentially you're looking for a scroll of water walking, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, is this common or uncommon? I am trying to work out if this is what's the rarity of this.
3rd level spell.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so uncommon. He does happen to have one casting of it in stock, and he's pricing that at about 400 gold.
Well, that's very, very, very convenient that you have that. Do you also happen to potentially have any potions?
He doesn't have any potions. Are you looking for potions of healing?
Nope, potions of water breathing.
Oh, water breathing. Okay. He does not, but he does point you an alchemist down the road who might.
I believe going to the alchemist would be preferable to staying in this hazy shop.
Yes, thank you for the time that you have put into this for us.
Mm-hmm. So are you buying the scroll or
Not a chance.
no?
Zedaar's
for
not
that
paying
much.
400 gold pieces for that. Not for something that he could potentially just fail in casting and waste that money. Not to mention, we don't even have that much money.
I think that'd be more than all of our money put together at this point.
Yeah.
330 in the party loot, but that would be basically bankrupting ourselves just for something we don't actually need.
This is for the water walk
Yeah,
scroll. Okay. Guess I'm a
we
couple
can make
minutes
do
behind.
if we just use the ferry. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll swim.
Just means Zedaar's not going to wear his armor.
Hmm.
Because that can't possibly go wrong.
Reminder that Valmir cannot swim.
Perfect time to learn.
Yes, well.
That's how I learned.
You have to learn eventually.
Tossed in the river.
Everyone must learn how to swim at some point.
I believe it would be preferable to go further out from Redbury and explode rather than try and swim and drown.
Oh, the good news is if you go far. Oh wait, I'm not there.
Hey, it's
You
quite
just-
peaceful once you get past the initial shock.
Well, maybe if you're clever enough and you disguise yourself, you can just ride a ferry back when everything is not dangerous.
That is going to be that would be preferable to trying to swim. Everything would be preferable to that.
Well, if we find a potion of water breathing, you will not drown. You will breathe underwater.
I will scream underwater.
I'll be
And you scream underwater.
I'll be
Why are you so
Data.
afraid of water?
It is one of the ways in which my sister and stepfather tortured me. So I am not particularly fond of water in large quantities.
You didn't think at any point to mention that to us, as we are currently on an island surrounded by water.
I do not know everything about everyone's past, and that is the same for you with me. This This is when it is being brought up. I have made no secret of my dislike for water. I just have not told you why until now, because you have not asked until now.
Zedaar walks away. He's gonna go buy potions, potentially.
Okay.
Darius feels awkward. Doesn't know which way to go.
So you are pointed towards a alchemy shop by the name of Bubbler's Brew. It's got a hanging sign outside of a wooden cauldron bubbling over, kind of simply painted, and its signage is starting to the paint is starting to chip. Upon entering, there is a large amount of like almost planters and or like indoor growing beds filled with herbs and lots of aromatic flowers, and at one end there is a counter. Behind it there seems to be a dwarf who looks nothing like you'd expect a alchemist to look. They're in a like leather jerkin that is sleeveless, massive strong arms, a rack of tattoos up the arms. They're shaved. Their head is shaved into a Mexican, and they've got like a lot of jewelry and piercings, both in their lip and their nose. And he's even got like a facial tattoo of it looks to be like it looks to be a shark like breaching the waves.
City just keeps getting weirder. Hello there. You are proprietor of this establishment?
Hey, I am. Welcome to the Bubbling Brew. Can I get you anything?
Prices and also specialty items. So what do you charge for potions of healing, and what do you charge for potions of water breathing?
Potion of healing is, well, I'm a little bit specialized in them, and I do them at 45 gold apiece.
Noted.
And then the water breathing will take me. I'll have to make a quick get out for supplies, but about 70 gold each per dose.
How long would it take you to retrieve said supplies and then create the potion?
I could have it by closing time.
Which is when?
6 p.m.
That would be 40 gold.
70 gold.
70 gold. You cannot blame a man for trying.
Were you doing that with a roll?
I was not, but I can if you like.
I mean, if you want to, you can try.
Deception?
Or persuasion.
Or persuasion, I'll see what's better.
Are you trying to trick him and his own mental memory, or persuade him to go to your lower price?
Is this the D&D equivalent of duck season, wabbit season, duck season, wabbit season, wabbit season, duck season?
Persuasion. You cannot
gold.
blame a man for trying, no?
I cannot.
I cannot confirm whether or not we will need any, but for that, I will have to speak with the rest of my group and see what their compunctions are about potentially drowning.
Well, I was needing to get the supplies anyway, so I'll lock up in a moment and get some anyway if you buy them or not, so...
At some point, they may be back for more healing potions. I do not require it. I do that myself. Awkward Dragonborn smile.
Awkward Dragonborn smile indeed. I will show. Sorry, people are asking about the dice roller. That was a 2 that was rolled by Valmir there. Because I constantly forget to then show off the dice roller when we've got it. But yes, okay, well, if I can't get you anything, have a lovely day.
Yes, thank you for the consideration.
Valmir, did you actually want to buy anything?
So I put most of my personal funds towards the Wand of Magic Missiles.
Mm-hmm.
I have 26 gold. So if we are going to purchase a vial of water breathing, which I would very much appreciate, then I am going to need some help with that.
I guess this would be a good time to divvy up party loot, because we do have 330 gold pieces in party loot. That was just put in there and was never divvied up amongst any of us. Which, by my quick math on that, because we divide this up 7 ways, that would be 40 gold pieces to everyone. And that would leave 50 in the party loot. And that includes brawn, of course.
Okay,
It's
so
reasonable to me.
yeah, if you want to divide up the party loot again, that's absolutely fine. I will. Somebody make an extra note. We'll tell Minty that for Kifis, and I will adjust the party loot sheet.
You could put it in there, Mitch.
I can.
Add 4.
Thank you. I can.
Just add 40 to his.
Yes, I can actually afford clothing now.
If
I
I
had literally 3 gold pieces.
Back above 100.
I figured it would help some of us, yes.
I have now 66 gold pieces. Could anyone help me out for 4 gold pieces?
I will loan you the 4 gold pieces.
Kifis has got 207 gold now.
Oh, yeah, he's been stealing stuff, hasn't he?
He also doesn't have any concept of money, therefore hasn't buying anything.
I will go back to the alchemist shop and give 70 gold pieces for potion of water breathing.
Okay. He's started work on it. He hasn't got it ready. If you're only buying 1 dose, he'll have it. He'll have the whole brew at the end of the day. Essentially, it's like, and he'll divvy that up into potions. He's making 10 potions worth. So, but he's put down your order for 1 dose, and you can collect it at the end of the day.
I'll give you peace of mind, and it is worth giving you 4 gold pieces.
Much appreciated, Zedaar. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Now we must tell the others that we have to find another way than water walking. We will have to deal with the ferry, so quiet will be much better here.
Okay, so Team Taylor, give me an investigation check to find a tailor, unless you have some way of finding one.
$21.
20.
Wow. Those investigation checks. Okay, it doesn't take you long to find a number of tailors. You find a couple in the Yellow Hat territory, the mercantile district over there. You find one in the Seven Crests. You also find it's more of a warehouse selling boxed clothing.
Looking for one specifically that specializes in big or tall.
Big or tall. Okay.
More for Braun, because I imagine Braun's a big boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
you're
is.
looking more
for
bespoke. Bespoke tailors. Let's go. And okay, so in the you actually find there's a whole row of bespoke tailors attached to what looks to be the tailor's guild hall. They have like a row of shops attached to the guild hall there. I'm struggling to find my own bloody maps. Give me a moment. Sorry. There we go. Yes, there is a. You find in Watchside, in the guilds district, attached to the guild hall is a row of shops, including one whose proprietor is a dragonborn, and their clothing seems to be more tailored to unique body styles, should we say?
The gnomes and Warforged fit right in. Come on, Zep. Come on, Bron.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, one moment. I'm just. And he's like over at one of the other stalls, like looking at crafting materials, basically.
Are you looking to pick up more crafting materials?
Yeah, like during this process, I'd like to get 80 gold pieces worth of crafting materials.
Absolutely fine. Go for it.
And I'm splitting that with Braun as well, as we talked about.
Absolutely fine.
So Braun can actually spend some money.
Yeah. As those upgrades are mainly for Braun. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, yes, so you find this row of shops and you enter the... I'm taking you entering the Dragonborn shop. There isn't a name above the door. It's just... It's like very boutique, and it's a small building. It had a number of very both small and large fit clothing design. And you go inside and there's a Dragonborn guy in with... he's got small glasses like on the end of his snout area, and he is in a very well-fitting, almost modern, but it's still got that kind of middling between a modern suit and like a Victorian era kind of suit going on. And it is dark. It's like dark browns all the way through, and he's got bronze scales himself, and he's got a nice white shirt and a green cravat, and he is hello everybody. Warforged. It's been a while since I have created a suit for one of your kind. If it is yourself that is looking for clothing,
My friend here,
today?
Mr. Braun and Mr. Zep here, are both in the market for a new outfit, having traveled an extensively long way from Gembry-Amouville.
Unique challenge for both. I am so pleased for you to have entered my establishment today. Do we have any pre-measurements or?
Of course, and she will extend Mr.
I am Bizarre. This is my clothing boutique.
Bazard, Weltimate, I am Ruby. It is so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about this place.
Oh, you have? Oh, that is wonderful news. Miss Ruby, I am graciously enamored by your presence here today.
I'm sure. And she will whip out a list of measurements for Braun and Zep.
He wants a hat.
Specifically, he would like something of the more flourish, wide-brimmed. I'm thinking something of a bright red, something ostentatious, bold.
I absolutely agree. We could tie it into the entire outfit. Oh, I have such ideas. I will, of course, thank you for the measurements. This should shave off some time. Now, who would be first? This will take a while because he is going to be tailoring something. Unless you have something particular in mind, it will be either editing something he already has or creating something completely new. But he takes the measurements, confirms the measurements, and says you could either wait or... and he'll provide hot drinks and some snack items from a local bakery, and he has like a little seat, like a sofaed lounge area which you can wait, or you can come back at the end of the day to collect your clothing.
If it isn't obvious, Ruby's trying to butter this man up.
Okay.
You know, been at this. A bit of a
Would it
discount.
be-
She's haggling.
Okay.
Would it be possible to stay and watch? I am an artisan myself, and I am intrigued in the processes used for tailoring. This is not a school of work I have spent much time with myself.
I would be honored to show you my art. So yeah, this is going to cost book price of fancy clothes plus 2 gold, essentially, because it's. But unless you, Ruby, do you give me Ruby, give me a persuasion check, because you have specifically said you're trying to butter this man up.
And I will be offering my own assistance if it can be of any help.
Absolutely, yeah. Roll with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
26.
He's only going to charge you the material cost instead.
That's
So
what it'll be at.
So it'd be half the price of. Because he is so enamored by your want to get involved with the process, he recognizes a fellow artisan. He's offering the material cost, so half book price for the 2.
That'd be
fine
15 gold a piece twice. So what? 15 gold for the pair.
Yeah.
Zep, you able to have that? Do you need help?
15 each? Yeah, I can do that.
Well, it's just 15 total.
15 total.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's 15 gold normally for fine clubs. You're buying 2 sets, so it's just you're buying 1 set.
Okay. Yeah, that's just not a problem at all. Let us get to work. I'm most eager to see how you do this.
Okay. After a couple of hours or so, he uses a system of not only just hand sewing, but he also has he actually has a machine he's quite proud of, which is a crystal powered sewing machine that he imported from Ligurung's land, and he uses that to speed up his process. Especially on the larger works, such as the one fitting Brawn. He also adds a few Ligurung's Lander sort of flourishes and stitching patterns to Brawn's work, especially around the hat and the style. But yes, you have 2 sets of fine clothing. It takes roughly about 3 hours to complete, so you're looking probably towards just after midday by the time that you've done and you found everything.
What's Ruby doing during this time?
Yeah, Ruby, are you staying or are you going?
Ruby's staying.
Okay, so you're all just sort of hanging out.
Yeah.
The entire time, like, Zep will be coming out like, you must see this. Like, shows you off, like, a stitch that he's just done. It's like, I've done this. No one's back in. I come out a couple of minutes later. I've done this.
There are a few scenes. Ruby's always comfortable everywhere she goes, but in this particular environment, she seems actually kind of happy. This is comfortable for her.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, yeah.
A high-end fashion boutique.
And Zep will also spend a little bit of time tinkering with the crystal machine, see if he can make it more efficient, that type of thing too.
Actually, you don't find anything wrong with this. It is like the pride and joy of this artisan. They have kept it. Pizarre has kept it in like mint condition. Cleans it every day. It's like well oiled. It is like it is their baby. They love this machine, so it is well working well. And of course, it's like Rungsland quality, so of course it's good.
Of course, but the quality and the way that you are keeping your machines and your tools is a true credit to your craft.
You know, Batard. I'm sorry, did I get his name right? Batar?
It's it's like a what did I just say? It's Passard.
Passad.
Yeah. So it's,
Sorry, I'm wanting him to say awful names. You know, there's a region of kind of northwest Nodathel that's up and coming. A lot of new migrants coming to the area, towns building up. If you ever felt the urge to get out of this place, I know there are some wonderful new families coming up that could certainly use a tailor of your fine expertise.
I will definitely think about it. And you do give him the location of your hometown.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's if you're wondering, P-E-S-Z-A-A-R-D. Passard.
Zod. Okay. When did that show up or something? There you go.
What am I looking at?
Discord.
Oh my lord! I wish I could share that. Put that in the Elendor, in the general, just to show that. I love
What's
that Photoshop. My lord.
So for Mr. Zepp here, he has a fondness for tinkering and knickknacks and gadgets and all that kind of stuff. Is it possible that we can add extra pockets to what he wears?
Oh, he says absolutely. He's going to do interior pockets as well as exterior pockets. Is get all the pockets you could want, and that kind of thing. That's fine.
Oh, lovely. I.e., Zepp,
also
you
a
get
piece of cloth to maybe cover the device on Braun's shoulder, in case he is in polite company.
Oh, okay. That would cost you like an extra 2 gold, but he says we can work it into some sort of part of the headdress / cape that also will have like a button system, like so using popper buttons. He's gonna put on some popper buttons so you can like pull it off, like quick release, like pull off that part of the headdress and reveal the armament.
Oh,
This is perfect.
before we leave, there is just something that kind of caught up in my mind. I've been drawing it for the last hour or so. And she will hold up what looks to be a design for a beautiful red cloak with some gold embroidery on the ends. And in the center, it looks to be a symbol of a phoenix.
Okay.
Do you think we can have this arranged to be constructed? Not a rush order, as far as I know. I'm going to be here for Elizabeth at least another week or so.
Oh, this is
Something of a personal
beautiful
heraldry.
design. Yes, the red tones matching your natural physique. I can absolutely work on this. Are we talking just gold with the thread, or threaded gold, or are we wanting to encrust any jewels, or what kind of
I think
material are we wanting to-
golden thread.
Oh, okay. How much do you want to spend on this? Do you want to just?
She probably said, I will go up to about 30 gold on this, assuming I make more gold later.
Okay, yeah, no problem. It's just that 30 gold is perfect. He'll have the most illustrious cloak he could make with that set of money.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. But about this time, you've completed your transactions within the tailors, and you return to the Sleeping Dagger Inn, which is, I'm assuming, where you decided to meet once your shopping trips had completed, as no place was set. And it's about 2 p.m. at this time.
Oh, the phoenix symbol is this.
Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. But yes, the groups reconvene unless there was something anyone else needed to do.
No.
Alrighty then. So,
Water walking is not available. It was too expensive. You can have a potion of water breathing if you want, but it'll cost you 70 gold a pop.
It does occur to me that we could just hire a boat with a skipper.
Certainly be cheaper than buying a scroll.
A getaway driver, so to speak.
Someone who is going to stay around for our every need and whim.
Or
I am
just pay
still
off the
interested in
ferryman.
having. I am still interested in having the potion of water breathing, and have already purchased one. But obviously, I am now quite destitute. I have no money.
Yeah, and I have just bought a whole manner of these pieces of wood and also these ingots and these pieces of copper, and you can see that we have some more explosives and things that I can use, and oh yeah, clothing too, and here's a hat.
yeah, I am
He
very
does have a
fond
hat.
of my head.
I
Just a
kind
very
of missed
nice
that
hat.
part. Did he just get a hat?
No, he got a full outfit.
Okay. Okay. It would have been better if he just had a new hat.
But it is not at all unusual to hire a boat. It would actually probably increase our standing if we arrive with our own transport.
No, because it's not going to be a. Because anything we can afford is going to not be something that's going to increase our standing.
Yeah, it is true. I've just bought a lot of materials.
It's going to
I'm
be
okay with
a
using the
fishing
ferry.
trawler or something like that. It's not going to help.
I'm good with using the ferry. My only reason for using or purchasing the potion is that I cannot swim, and we are going on a boat. And if we need to make a quick getaway, and swimming is the only option, that is basically not an option.
Yes, perhaps you should share with the others your issues that come with why this is such a problem.
So okay, I suppose I guess I must have to now. My family is all drow. They are not like me. They are not tieflings. They are not they are drow. And my mother is the matron of a keep to the northwest of here. And when I was born, of course, my mother did not know I was going to be tiefling, but she still treated me as a son. Her husband and my sister, not so much, and holding me underwater until I drown, and then bringing me back from dead, as they are all quite powerful sorcerers, was something that they enjoyed to do. So I'm quite afraid of drowning. I do not wish to be drowned. I will not be drowned again. I wish to not be drowned. That is it.
I would say I could maybe help you to learn to swim, so drowning is less likely.
I do not know if that is something I could possibly commit to.
Yeah, I understand. We all have our own demons.
Well, at least one of those demons is dead. But my sister, she yet lives. But anyway, I must go back to get a potion of water breathing at around 6 p.m. tonight. Then after that, we could go to casino and get yourself a raspberry elf.
Still have plenty of time to look into potentially buying off a ferryman or just hiring our own ferry.
I am curious to know how much this would cost.
Easiest to ask.
One day. This is a skill I will learn. My family come from a nautical background, but it is always to my shame I never learned to sail.
But at least you are not afraid of sailing, yeah?
No, not at all. I quite like being on a boat. Not as good as when it is a boat of the sky, but it is not bad.
I must say, I do wish to go upon one of these boats of sky. This seems much preferable to me.
One day you will definitely have that opportunity.
I look forward to it, my friend.
Of course. And then I can pilot it. This is a skill I do have.
Perfect.
So,
Right then. I suppose we should move on and check this out.
okay. So, Valmir, you're collecting your water breathing potion. Are we, the rest of you, going to try and find... you'd try and hire yourself a skipper?
My best suggestion here is that we just talk to the ferryman who handled going back and forth from the casino. And we do this in a way that is quite benevolent. We basically just request that they be at our service for if you want to make a hasty getaway from the casino, if we do not like the environment.
But leave
Not
that
untoward,
to-
just want to ensure that we have a getaway if we find that our time there has not been so pleasant.
Wouldn't it be very easy for them to just track us at that point? Could just be like, oh, I've had things stolen. Who's not here? Why aren't they here? Oh, they paid you to take you here? Etc. Who are
At
they?
that point,
What
we
do
are
they look
passing
like?
it over to the Jackal Gang.
But they won't know that. And will be wanted.
Well, we're going to be suspicious of this regardless, aren't we?
I mean, I'm just saying less.
You know, there is one way to distract a lot of people on a boat that can cause rapid alarm.
Set it on fire.
Mhm.
Yes. No, I suggested that.
I'll remind you that this boat, if memory serves, is owned by the Marquioness. Do we really want to piss her off by doing that?
Well, here's the thing. A fire could be set off without somebody directly seeing it, causing an evacuation of the ship. Therefore, things were we steal the things, ships catches on fire, we leave. They can't really track us at that point because it's oh, my thing has been stolen. Well, what did they have at that point? Thing has been stolen. Everybody had to leave because a fire was set. Now, they might have these suspicions about the fire at that point, but that might not necessarily lead directly to us. If we
I'll
go...
let you all make your decision about what we should do on that then.
I mean, I understand the want to have a special getaway, but having a special only us getaway also means only us could be the subject the subject of a
It's
manhunt.
another way we could be a little more subtle than setting a fire. I understand quite well the strengths and weaknesses of wood. We could make it so that the ship starts to leak. It would be easily repaired, but while it is being repaired, they will need to set people off. This way we do not anger the Marquioness because her vessel is back in service quickly.
A part of failure that requires the entire ship to be evacuated, but not so damaging that it causes the entire thing to erupt and cause casualties.
Yeah, exactly.
A rudder, perhaps?
It is moored, I think.
No,
No.
it sails around the island in a
Sails
circle.
around. Which
My
would
concern is if we
rudder.
break the rudder, what if it doesn't stop moving forward?
go
You
straight
break it in
out.
a direction. Break it in a direction where it might turn aground.
Suggest to me right here how you do that without being seen.
I can subtle
Are
cast
we gonna
magic.
speed one this fucking boat? Speed 2.
Um,
No, speed 2.
I am quite small. I can reach places that others cannot so easily.
I can also cast magic without actually looking like I'm casting magic.
No, I get that, but don't you also have to be able to see the subject that you are casting? And
A
usually
rudder? I
rudders...
can look over the side.
Yes. I'm saying it'd be somewhat. If I saw that and then suddenly, oh, rudder's broken. What happened? I'm saying we need to think. It's a good idea. It's a possible idea, but I think we need to have like 4 or 2 or 3 ideas and then just roll them bones. Honestly,
I
at
think
this
still
point,
prefer old switcheroo with Mr. Elven Raspberry Man.
Yeah, but then we have to deal with a hostage as well.
knock him unconscious.
Yeah, but how will we carry an
it's
unconscious man?
You don't have to leave him
super
in the
bad
bathroom.
for
We
you.
could leave him in bathroom. It is just so if I am turning into man, into this elf, it is just to draw his guards away from where he actually is. We could leave him
What?
in there tied up.
What if we make him unwell, so he has to leave?
You wish to poison raspberry drink.
I did not say poison. This is not a skill I have.
Nor I.
There is a
Drop
very
couple of
easy
bits of
way.
mercury.
Well, There's also a far easier way to poison a drink if you are in a situation. Wetberry is surrounded by ocean, is it not? Just add seawater.
But that is not going to make him sick. That is going to make him not want drink.
Or
Going to make
sewage.
him dehydrated.
But he will
Yes, but-
notice when he goes to drink his drink. They say that he loves this raspberry drink. I believe he will probably notice if the taste suddenly changes to be incredibly salty.
And poison will not work.
Sorry, I just get the image of him just like, that tastes like that's been mixed with seawater.
Fuck it, keep drinking.
Yeah, like, that doesn't really work.
I am not so good at the underhanded stuff, okay?
No, it's fine. It's a good idea. I mean, lateral thinking. It works, though. I mean, we do have Zep. What do you got? What one of 100 different things do you have to lubricate items that might possibly have some sort of adverse effect on a living person if it was
Oh, I'm
ingested?
sure that there are many, but I do not know which.
Quicksilver, anything with lead in it.
Yeah, but if we give him too much of this, then he dies. This is
Well,
not the outcome
I
that we
mean-
want. I am less comfortable with this.
I mean,
What about blunt force trauma to the back of the head?
that would definitely kill it. This is what I'm saying. Knocking him out's not a great idea. 'Cause that's
Blunt force trauma to the front of the head.
even worse. That's almost guaranteed death.
I believe the back of the head is worse, but okay.
How
Depends on
about
the
a
angle.
pinpoint hit into his temples?
Any one of a number of things could knock him out.
I'm just
Or you
saying-
could just hold him back and tie him up.
Or idea. If we get him to the side rail of the ship, he has an accident, and we have somebody that can breathe underwater to go just get him after 10 to 20 minutes.
So
Right.
you're wanting to murder the man.
So
Honestly, it's an option. But
So- the idea here, perhaps, is that when he is near any portion of the water, we remove key from his person and accidentally knock him overboard. So when he is rescued, he assumes, oh, the key just fell into the ocean.
that's a far better plan. I was just gonna have him die, and then we pick it up from his
Zep,
corpse.
is it possible for you to create duplicate key in short notice?
Given the right tools and materials, yeah.
It does not. I know the key what you're looking for is magical. I'm not looking to create magical key, but instead to do swap and give him non-magical key, so he
Yeah,
does not know the thing go missing.
The last time we spoke of this was a possibility. The problem with this is we do not know what base model it would be. Is it an actual key, or is it maybe something else?
It could also be made of
We
100
know it is
different
enchanted
materials.
flower.
If it is a key, that would not be too hard. I just buy a key and then file it in the correct shape. But that requires it being a key.
We have some plans. I think we must see what this situation and just follow through on one of them.
You're
DM.
mostly talking in hypotheticals. I suggest we go.
There is another thing. We do not all need to go at the same time. If one person goes, sees what the key is like, and then with the ferry returning, tells us still on shore.
Darius looks like he wants to be said person.
No, Darius is asking a DM question, I believe.
Yeah, it's cut off. GM, it was information that he's bad at cards, right?
Correct.
Yes.
It was implied that he's bad, like just generally bad, or just like unlucky or bad. Like what was horrible.
He's a well-to-do elven gentleman, slender, older, likes raspberry drink, and is bad at cards. That's all we
Okay,
know about him.
hypothetical. Why don't I? All right. We want to
Just going
plan.
beat.
If we
Is
want
that
to plan,
possible? That we just beat him at cards for key?
I mean, that is the least worst option so far, but the other, honestly, but also, I go in with cards. I have a substantial amount of coin right now. I don't necessarily need it, but so coin, buy in, whatever it is. Go in and either win it off of him, or in the ensuing time in which we are playing cards, while he is distracted and being horribly beaten at cards, somebody pickpockets him.
This is also a plan.
I would like to be the person to play him against cards.
I was
Are you
volunteering.
good at cards?
I mean, I'm good at cards.
I am exceptionally good at cards.
I would expect maybe if we have more people beating him, it could get him even more annoyed if he's losing more hands.
That's true. I can also read his mind to see what hands are being held.
See, that's not being good at cards. That's being good at cheating. That's not.
That's how you win at cards, Darius. Have you never actually played cards?
For this specific reason, I'm okay with it. Like this specific area, that's a good idea. But in general, that's
Over the
really
table, I have
underhanded.
extremely high deception, extremely high persuasion, and I can read minds, and I'm proficient in gaming sets, specifically cards.
I believe she can play
I'm-
cards pretty well.
I'm very good. I'm very good at a lot of things and can put superiority die to them because that
Yes,
works. Apparently.
but I have advantage at everything.
Yeah.
I have rolled.
I also roll my general amount that I roll, which is
This is
Good.
actually accurate.
Alright, we have said
That
that
is-
playing cards may help us.
Yes.
We
This
have
is-
plans. I think we follow through. If we can beat him at cards, we beat him at cards. If he hangs out near a railing after sulking and we do not have key, perhaps somebody who, acting a little drunk, slips key from pocket, knocks him overboard, and we go with that plan. These are solid plans. We follow through on these.
oh,
I
also
agree.
GM. Is there like a is there like an equivalent of vodka? Just a tasteless, super alcoholic alcohol. That's
Yes.
Which
that
vodka
is
do you drink that is
technically
tasteless?
I was gonna say, I don't know
Well,
what vodka
no-
you're drinking that's tasteless.
one I don't drink, but I'm talking about something that when you add it to something, it can be covered up very easily by some sort of taste, like
You're looking for the alcoholic variant of iocane powder, aren't you?
No, I have it. We can poison him and the prestidigitation to make it flavorful. We can change this flavor with magic.
I mean, that's an option. I was just thinking getting super sloshed. Like he's used to a raspberry drink, like 2%, but then we just bring that up to like 12, and just
I
let
mean,
that.
that is something
but-
you could just ask the bartender that you want to buy a drink for a kind gentleman, but you want it to be something a little heavier.
Or we
Well, that's
just
what I'm-
or we just
that's what
feed him like pure alcohol and we make it taste like his favorite trick.
I also
There's
have,
magic.
although I cannot know this man's personality per se. It is very possible that I might be able to champion his cause at cards, work with him, get under his graces, and perhaps with enough alcohol. Does this casino have private rooms?
Oh God.
In the event that I am distracting him, somebody else can sneak into his pants while they're off, so to speak.
I suppose
One,
it would
you're
work.
making a lot of assumptions about his interests.
Yes, but I'm also very good at what I do.
It doesn't.
We have made our plans. We must follow through on them.
What plan are we following through? We have
Whichever
12
one comes up.
You
Whichever
Right,
right,
so
we
we
playing
cards.
cards. We play
I'm
cards.
good with it. Cards.
If,
I would-
he's- if we don't get it at cards, then we try and find him near a railing. If that doesn't work, then we try the bathroom. We have many plans to follow through on. We just need to pick one and do it.
All right.
Cards, I would say.
Very well.
Okay.
Let's go play
Off
cards.
to the casino.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's do that
So-
arc.
You head. You are shown to. Oh, so Valmir, you pick up your potion of water breathing. I'll add one of those to the party cheat, for you to come and grab. Don't forget of some of the other items that are in your party sheet as well. I will say.
Do we have a potion of water breathing or something?
We have a
already?
dust of disappearance.
You had
If we
two
want to
of
turn
those.
invisible.
You had two.
I
of
have-
those.
One of those was taken by Kifis.
Nah, I have one.
Or you took one, sorry. So yes,
Also-
if in a situation, if somebody just needs to turn invisible for a bit, that is entirely possible.
Also, is Kifis just himself? He hasn't gotten any clothes or anything like that. Did any of it?
He
I
is
feel like
just himself.
We're stupid. We haven't asked who's the best here at pickpocketing. Who's good at sleight of hand here?
Probably
I think
Kifis.
Kifis is
Kifis
really
is
good, if I
obviously-
remember.
Bar none. But if he's not here, do we want to elect somebody else to do it? Because he's not here.
I got a +3.
It is not me.
Could you even reach his pocket?
Kifis isn't actually proficient in sleight of hand, but he
Neither
still
am
gets a
I. That's just
+3.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically,
yeah,
me and
seems
Kifis
like
are the
it.
same in most deck stuff if we're not proficient in it. So
I would be much less. Sorry, I'll do this in character. I would be much less suspicious of Darius bumping into somebody than Kifis. I see Kifis bump into someone. My immediate thought is, did he take something?
I think that speaks more about you than it does, anything else.
Zedaar just kind of looks over at Kifis. Yes, that speaks more about me than it does about Kifis.
Sorry, that's
I mean,
like
to be
in
fair,
context.
I literally have like the pattern of a bandit mask on my face, so
You can't help that. That is quite literally how your fur colors. Like, that's not a choice.
What I mean to say is, look at Darius, look at Kifis. Which one would you be more likely to remember?
Kifis.
Well,
Yes.
I have met many human nobles. I have not met many talking raccoons.
That is not to slight you, Darius. That is just, I have only ever met one being like Kifis. I would remember that. Much like I will stick out on this boat, I assume.
no, Darius is fine with that. No, I just can't get over the fact. No, I mean, yeah, no, if he bumped into me, I'd definitely check my pockets. Like, that's just all I can't get over. That was like a super
Two
bad way
raccoons-
of just.
I imagine raccoons exist in this world. People would be suspicious of raccoons. They're thieves. That's what they do.
Yeah, it's
Raccoons are thieves. They're little bandits.
It's the it's the animal. Okay.
Sorry, that's
fairness,
just, that's just like a super bad way of saying that. It was amazing. That was so.
In fairness, in every establishment we have been in so far, Kifis has either given too much money for things, or he has tried to steal things.
Fair point.
Perhaps there is more elegant way to put it in common. I could do so better in Draconic.
Maybe have Kifis at the table as well, so he is not under suspicion.
If Kifis was throwing money at the table and losing it, that would be something to draw people in. He does have the most money.
Try saying it in Draconic. I speak Draconic. Go ahead.
If you write it down in Draconic, I can read it.
Okay. Zedaar will point out, it will say in Draconic, because we have to do this now. Darius, if you were to bump into an individual, I imagine you would be of the nature that you could convince him that it was nothing. Kifis does not strike me as the sort who could do that.
All right, I'll accept that answer.
Zedaar just shakes his head and mumbles something in a multitude of different languages, like he's mixing them together at that point, because he speaks way too many languages.
I still might. Darius speaks a lot of languages.
He's combining Draconic with Primordial and all other sorts of things.
All right, yeah, lost the primordial part. I speak most common languages, most racial-based languages. No, you can't use that. You can't use that, Zedaar.
I can't, but
I speak Draconic. I know that. Let's go.
Okay.
Question before we go. This man is Elvish.
Correct.
yes.
Right.
Maybe how many of us can speak Elvish? Just while we're on the topic of languages.
I actually have to double check
Got
to
it.
see if I can.
Is Elvish, or is it one of the national languages?
Elvish
All we
is
know
Elvish.
is he is Elvish.
I do
so-
not speak Elvish.
Aren't you an elf?
No.
Oh, she's a human.
Ruby's human.
I did not catch that. Okay.
She's from Nardafell.
You're
She's
the-
from the...
Your hair is over your ears. I could not tell.
You're the only
And
person
the
here with
beauty is
semi-elvish.
very much of. You are as beautiful as an elf. There you go.
Oh, I would hope
Why
so.
would
They
you
spent a lot
insult
of.
her like this?
Good save.
I hope
yeah.
so. My father spent a lot of money to make sure I looked great.
Human... yeah. Humans and elves do not get on, so that would be a social faux pas. In this
No, I
universe.
speak. If we're talking about languages, Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Orc. Which I guess is
Common,
Orcish.
Elvish, Under, Common, and Infernal.
I speak all of the primordial languages as well as Celestial, Draconic, and Goblin.
I love
Common.
that Zedaar speaks Goblin.
Phaonian, Draconian, and all the primordial languages.
Albane, Common, Draconic, Phaonian, Gnomish, and Skelts.
Gnomish.
Between us, we speak pretty much every language but
Yeah.
giant.
But who wants to talk to them?
I know that one.
Oh, you do know that one?
No, that was me imitating Kefis. I don't know if he does or not.
I'm gonna see what languages Kifis knows.
I am
I'm
not
gonna
sure
guess
that,
a lot less than we expect.
I am not sure that a giant would be able to hear me.
Need a megaphone.
No, if it's a young giant, though, we can hear it. It's just when they get older, they can't hear that frequency anymore. It's just
Kifis speaks 4 languages.
wow.
One of them is raccoon language.
Okay, that
Big
makes sense.
shitters. Okay.
The patch language.
yeah.
One is bird folk, the other is common and sylvan.
Crash Panda Ease.
So we speak pretty much every language but giant. Well, that's actually really good information to know.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, they write it down. Anyways.
Kifis can speak to pigeons, like...
That strikes me as very Kefis.
He needs. Then why doesn't he do that? So he could use that info.
You say worst case scenario.
Let's
if they
go
write it
rob
down.
let's
But
go
I can
rob an
read
Elven
all
noble,
right.
guys. Let's go get a key.
Okay.
Let's go heist this.
So,
Let's go to that riverboat job, Arthur.
you guys head to the ferry landing and pick up on on a voyage. It's every hour that the ferries arrive, and you are taken over to the boat, the Jack's High Casino. As you approach, it's you see this old elven battleship of about 200 years ago that has been it's completely but the center of it there is a large window, probably about 2 stories large, like a big glassed window. There's lanterns hanging off of it, and the back across the back of the ship in filigree it says Jack's High.
I just want to
and-
establish one thing. Once we go to bed board the ferry, Zedaar is going to remind everyone,
I only want to speak Draconic. I want the implication to be I do not understand Common. I feel that will make us look less suspicious.
I'll be your translator.
That is what I would need, yes.
I can
Just-
help with this as well.
just want to establish that before we go forward. Yes.
Just also before we go forward as well, Valmir, what do you look like?
I look like an elf. Like an older, noble gentleman elf.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I imagine our quarry to look like. But obviously I don't know what he looks like, so...
Okay.
I actually have an image of what Ruby's outfit looks like.
So
Prepared.
you are pulled aboard the casino, and you see an illustrious amount of oh god, there is like a weird wind in the background of this soundscape. Give me a moment, I need to bring down the volume on that.
Oh shit! Should have that open.
There was an odd sort of humming that was like building. I was like, why is this so tense? Holy moly. So you enter the Jack's High Casino. You are pulled alongside, and there is actually a small staircase built onto the side of the ship, so that you don't have to climb any ropes. They've thought about this, and it has its own sort of mooring that they've rigged up to the side of the ship, on the opposite side to where the large window is. You climb aboard, and you see a number of the Marchioness Seven Crest Gang style guards in their face in their masks, dotted around the upper deck, as well as the sailors sailing it. And then you are invited into the belly of the ship through a large open set of doors and a staircase. And just so I can show you this, I actually have a map that so you can see what it looks like. And, should things get hairy in any way, shape, or form. It's not like I don't have faith in you at all, folks.
Yeah, we can't possibly fuck this up. There's no way.
Over under on how long before this boat's on fire. Anybody want to take those bets?
I think we can manage at least 10 minutes.
No, I like some of the ideas of your plans. We should be fine. And let me just make sure that this is... this is shared. So you're looking for the Jack's High Casino in your images. There's a number of tables. At the far end, you see on like an upper bit. There's like multiple leveled sections. You've come in on the right-hand side.
All I see is a black screen.
All I see is a black screen.
Oh, hold on.
Black
I haven't put tokens on. You need
it's
tokens.
also black for me.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Holy, blacker than a poo-poo! There we go.
You should be able to see things, or start to see things now. So yeah, you are actually met by a corridor, but I will. Can I? Who am I missing? I am missing Zedaar and Givish. I will, for now, remove the wall layers. I believe that's something I can do, right? I expected this to be a battle map, so it's set up as such. Hold on.
May eventually become one also.
Yeah,
You didn't think that we could do this peacefully, Mitch?
No, not at all. Okay, can you now see
wouldn't
without the
either.
walls?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know, it would have been a good idea if we just, went out and looked at the boat from a distance to see what it looked like, and they were like, "Hey, can we just find like maybe a blueprint of something that is similar to this, so we have a basic idea of what it looks like?" No, that's too much planning.
So,
It's like you're saying this without it being. It's like you're saying this in the fact that you're a part of the planning.
I still can't see.
You still can't see.
Zedaar could have said this.
In retrospect, now that we're like, yeah, we could have just looked it up.
How did you get
Also,
the water
chat would
actual
like
work?
to also see map.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Zedaar, you can't see the map, did you say?
I can't see the map.
Okay, so are you actually on the map?
I am. I got a full black screen.
Okay,
Oh,
interesting.
close it and open it again. You may have zoomed out too far and it's hidden. That's what happened to me. It should.
Okay,
you
I got
open
it.
again. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, you are met with a open casino floor. There's a lot of people milling about. At the far end, you can actually see from the height that you're on, there is a bar across from you. And if you go down into the main casino floor, you just there's a lot of people mingling at various tables. There seems to be a ship's wheel styled roulette wheel in the center being played. There's a couple of machines of intricate gnomish clockwork that you seem to be able to put gold pieces into and pull a lever, and they tumble round. And if certain images light up, that you receive a prize.
What a novel idea.
Yeah.
I am going straight to one of those.
Okay.
This is where we find out the players in the party that have a gambling problem.
Well, I'm going to conduct some surveillance. I shall return. Should we convene in about an hour?
Yes, that sounds like
yeah.
a glorious idea.
Where shall we meet?
Why don't we meet at the bar? There is a bar here, right?
Yes, on the upper furthest interior deck away from you, and you see that essentially the entire ship has been hollowed. The hollowed hole with these levels built and these rooms built.
Okay.
I wonder if we can get. Is there maybe a lower level beneath this that we can sneak Zep underneath?
You don't know. You can certainly try to find out.
Ruby is going to start carousing the various tables, specifically trying to find the mark.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the bar, also looking for the mark.
Darius is going to the card tables.
Okay, you're going to the card tables. Any particular style of card game you're looking for? Just the nearest one, or?
Bad at cards. Bad at cards implies there's actually some skill with it, so I'm gonna go to, what's it called? Poker. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know the equivalent.
The equivalent of poker. Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Yep. No
I know there's a one.
It is called Jabber.
Okay.
Let me hold him.
What you did there, I see it.
Thank you.
Okay, the poker equivalent. Sep's going to one of the gnomish machines. Are you playing the machine or are you taking it apart? That would be my first caveat.
First question, is it only gold pieces, or do they have any copper or silver?
There's only gold piece variants.
I will spend a grand total of 2 gold pieces. Really, really slowly to, work out without breaking the thing apart how this thing works.
Okay, roll me 3d4 twice.
1.
So do it all as one group and then throw.
3d4. 7.
Okay.
Oh my god.
11.
That was almost max.
So you actually win back 2 gold pieces.
And do I understand how any of this works?
You seem that it seems to be some sort of you from the slight hissing sound you heard when you pulled the lever, there seems to be some sort of canister powering a piston that motorizes the lights, and then when a certain combination of the lights is formed, it completes a secondary circuit which releases a certain amount of money.
That is all I really wanted to do for the time being.
Okay. So, Ruby, you're going to the bar, correct?
No, Ruby is carousing the various tables, trying to find
Various
specifically.
tables.
Valmir was going to bar.
Valmir is going to the bar. Ruby, give me an investigation check.
And I guess since Zedaar has to follow his translator, he's going to help with that.
Okay.
I will also say, while I'm at the table, or at the slot machine, Braun's also kind of looking around, pretending to be watching me, but he's not.
Okay.
There you go.
Give
For
me
a
a
second, I
perception
thought you were
check
just gonna
from Braun.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Spend
to
your
cut you off there.
time gamble.
With advantage because of Zedaar helping, the answer is 16.
Okay. You see a number of people that could be your mark. There seems to be about 3 elven gentlemen. And also with the amount of people who are guarded and armed in this establishment, it makes it's not as just easy as there is the man with the guards. Braun, although doesn't notice the particular mark, he does notice a waiter carrying a surprisingly luminescent pink drink go past. Darius, you're going to the poker tables.
I want to point out Darius is full dapper, full noble, and he has a cane that he is a
Okay.
gentleman's cane that he is using, just in case that is there. I'm going to say I'm not armed past the cane, so I look like
I was gonna say, just in case what, you need to bludgeon somebody to death but look good while doing it? Like,
no. It's a specific kind of cane that we took from one of our jobs that does something.
I know what
so
you're
it's-
talking about, yes.
Yes.
Topic of weapons, I also did not bring the glaive. I have a short sword attached to my hip.
Okay.
Can I hide a short sword with my Mask of Many Faces? Because it changes my clothes as well.
Don't think it hides armaments, but other DMs feel free to correct me.
But technically, you could say no. It would because I mean, if we're using like, if you remember Critical Role, like they changed. Like Ford was fully dressed, and then they made him look like he was wearing a towel. He just looked a little bit, bigger because they had to.
Right, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
if
he
you
could.
picked-
It's a problem is
okay.
the sword would be like straight up and down on his hip. It couldn't be
Yeah.
to the sides. It'd be super uncomfortable. But yeah, he could do that. At least that's my judgment on it.
So you
Other
could
two.
so you could stuff it down your pant leg, but walk with a limp.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that. Okay, so Darius, you sit down at one of the card tables. There is an elven gentleman playing cards here.
Well, I wanted to go around the card tables that were playing this game, and I wanted to see. I had two criteria: is there an elvish man playing, and how big's his stack?
Oh, okay. Give me an investigation check then.
All right. Oh, that was on 19, you son of a bitch. Saw that.
So you find
Happened to us
three
all.
elven gentlemen all playing cards. One is playing a card game you don't recognize, but two are playing this poker-esque game you recognize. All of them have very similar size stacks.
I take the one that has the two elven gentlemen because that would be
Different tables.
different tables. All right. I'm just gonna roll a d4, and
I will say
you
one
assign-
table is near the bar. The other table is on in the main hall.
It's in the main hall. I've got a 50-50 shot. I'm gonna take the one near the bar.
Okay. No problem.
What's he
and
drinking?
Doesn't seem to have a drink yet.
I'm gonna take
Did
the
you
one near the bar.
Did you see my note about Braun watching where the drink goes as well?
Okay. So where the gnome pulley machines are, Braun can only track the person going onto this into the main area, but they seem to be going past, and then they go past you, and then up another set of stairs. So, for reference, the gnome pulley machines are essentially where the suits of armor are, on that upper level where there is a seated extra bar area looking over the main hall. They're in that.
And the
bit.
gnome pulling machines be the knights.
They're
the
in- they're-
armor,
they're in the
like
chest, yeah,
The,
they're in the-
screen.
it's
You're
where
just
the-
pulling a
it's-
halberd down.
I like that. Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
We're in Vegas.
We're in water-based Vegas. So he sees it going to the main area.
So the main area is in the center of the hold, or going up the stairs on the other side?
So the main area is the center of the hold. So imagine it's come down from the bar into the main hold and then up the next set of stairs, but you can't see past that.
So he's where our characters are right now.
Yes. Sorry, I'll move you guys around to where you are. That will be
Yeah,
helpful.
okay.
So you're at that one. I don't know where Kifis is right now.
Stealing something.
So
Silverware.
Ruby, Darius went to the one by the bar, and Valmir went to the bar. Sorry, that makes a lot more sense now.
So what is our esteemed elven gentleman playing?
So
Or did you not say what found him? I'm sorry.
No, so so you've been walking around the various tables. You found the one that now Darius has sat down at the table with, by the bar. You've also seen there are two. One is playing a poker-like game, and one seems to be playing a more cruder card game, where it looks kind of like they're betting on which card is coming up next.
Okay.
In a kind of it's like a play on roulette. It's like from if you stand and study it for a little while, it's like they're trying to guess. You can make various bets whether it's going to be a higher or lower, if it's going to be black or red, or if it's going to be a royal suit. And depending on what you bet, it's a different multiplier on if you win or not.
Pharaoh.
Okay.
Hmm?
Pharaoh.
Yeah.
You're describing Pharaoh.
Oh, it's okay.
Exactly.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was a thing. Okay, fair.
Rich,
big
I
in the
invented a
US.
card game and it's going to be really cool. Yeah, it already exists.
I didn't invent it. It was more of
It was
a.
super big in the U.S. in the West, like during that period, the Wild West. It was like because it was super easy to win, so people just made a lot of money on that. Yeah.
Okay,
Notice
so
we don't see
fair.
any casinos anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, which one has the one where the mark? Sorry.
So sorry. What are you asking? Repeat that for me.
Which one has the mark?
The mark.
The guy we're looking for. The target.
You're not sure.
Not sure. Okay.
That's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah.
But I will sit to the one that Darius is not sitting at.
Okay, so there's three. Two are not being sat with right now.
I'll go to the other poker one.
Okay, the other poker one. Lovely.
Are lots of busboys delivering drinks in this room?
There are various busboys walking around.
Zedaar's gonna start watching them since he's not gonna be playing any poker here, and he's just waiting to see anything that looks like a raspberry drink.
Okay. Okay, so Zedaar, give me a perception check.
I don't think I can guide myself because casting magic seems like it might be suspicious here.
Just get a
I'm just
crossbow
gonna
bolt to
roll
the shoulder.
straight. 22.
Okay, you managed to see someone that is also picked up. You see the person that is picked up on by Braun. You see a busboy coming down with a sort of luminescent pink drink, come through the main area, and then towards a set of doors below the staircase in front of the table you're at, and go in there.
He's in a private room.
High rollers.
Zedaar will stop the individual, and then as he stops them, we'll just immediately begin to talk to him in Draconic.
Okay.
What's he saying? Ruby's gonna just perk her. Get up. Oh, my goodness. What is Zedaar saying?
What is Zedaar saying?
He's saying, "Excuse me, that drink. May I ask who inquired about it? It looks delicious, and I want to try one myself."
Ruby will translate that.
Well, I'm going over to the guy, so if Ruby's sitting at a table, I left her behind.
She'll get up.
He's walked towards the. You could probably call to him from your table because he's basically walking to the door that's right next to you. And he goes. So Ruby's translating, yes. He goes.
My
He
friend,
doesn't understand Draconic.
he wishes to know what drink this is.
This is one of the specialties of the casino. It's a it was made specifically for a particular customer. It's called a Bushberry Blast, and I'm actually looking for more ice to finish the garnishing, and then I'll be delivering it to the table.
I can help you with that.
Okay.
Ruby will prestidigitate. If I'm allowed to cast magic in here, I'm sorry.
God! Just somebody shoot the cat.
It's before I get shot at. It's a simple cooling spell. Make it nice and chilled.
Okay. You chill the drink. And he says, Oh wow! Thank you. I'm still gonna get the crushed ice because it goes around the rim as well. But thank you.
Let's well. Who's
it
it going
goes
to?
in-
What kind of person does such a specialty drink?
It's actually good for going for someone that's it's so it was designed for the Lord Ilitha, who is a guest here tonight. He's not here just right now, but he's due to arrive at the next hour mark. So we're having a drink ready for him on arrival.
Oh, is he playing in the open area? Is there a private place?
I don't think we've got any of the private tables running tonight, but it'll be up to him. He kind of we cater to his whim. If he wants a private game, we'll try and throw one together.
Sure. Sorry, go ahead.
What was the name of that drink?
A bushberry blast.
Bushberry Blast. Thank you.
And what's your
Sounds
name,
like
sir?
a Mountain Dew flavor.
And she'll,
Is that a shot you get at your local club?
and what's your name, lad?
I'm Peter with it's Petar.
Peter, do me a favor, and she'll offer to shake his hand, but in her hand are like 2 silver coins. When he gets here, could you let me know?
Absolutely, madam. Thank you. He
Thank you
pockets it
so
into
much.
his little velvet waistcoat that he's wearing.
I'll probably be at one of the poker tables.
Absolutely. And he goes in, comes out, and then you see when he returns there is like an iced rim, and then he walks up the stairs that you guys came in from, out to the top deck.
So much for for staying low. Just to accost the busboy for 5 minutes.
Oh,
It's like, who's the drink for? When's he coming? Where is he?
I mean, it's good.
I think it was a lot more sly than that.
But
No,
anyway,
no,
with that, we're going to go to our midpoint break. So join us in 5 to 10 minutes. Get yourselves hydrated. It's very hot here in the UK, so I'm sure it's pretty hot in other parts of Europe and probably the US as well. It's summer. Keep hydrated. Keep moving.
Here, 93 Fahrenheit, so I want to say like 33 Celsius, give or take.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's more
fuck,
than that.
no,
Pretty
no. Ugh.
That's horrible.
Oh
But
yeah,
we'll be back-
33, almost 34.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the slightly extended break. I had some things to take care of all of a sudden, and, you know, these things happen, but we're back now. Also, just a caveat to those listening. I'm sorry if you hear a slight rumble in the background of my mic. I've just turned my AC back on because, oh boy, is it hot. Anyway, we left off with the party inside and investigating the casino, and they discovered that their quarry hasn't quite arrived yet. Party, over to you. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll let them take it.
I want to make an argument, Mitch, before I get to what I wanted to do. I wanted to I wanted to gauge something here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now Darius has been raised in camps, like, you know, mercenary camps since he was young, ever since he could. Which means he's learned this game from soldiers.
Okay.
From soldiers whose every coin matters. But cheating would also probably result in getting stabbed. So I want to weigh that for advantage on rolls for gambling with this card game, because Darius has learned from
in any sorts of gambling.
Well,
tools.
proficient in dice, because I took that as a thing. But I don't think there's a poker game that you can do. There's 3 Dragon
take
Ante,
cards.
which is.
I believe, like, hold on, D&D.
The only card that you can be proficient with is listed is called 3 Dragon Ante, which is the equivalent of the Find the Queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, there's no poker proficiency. There's no poker thing. So I chose dice because that was the most soldiery thing I could think of out of the 3 choice. I don't think chess was a big thing for mercenaries in a camp.
Depends what rank
But that
they
would
are.
be
It
awesome.
depends on the rank.
That would be like a big gambling pool for chess. But
You
I
watch
want
the
to weigh
Queen's
that. Yeah. Actually, I haven't. Here's good. I want to weigh that for advantage on these checks, or at least some of these checks, because Darius has been around soldiers his whole life that play cards constantly, and he learned it from them.
I will say that the more
also
simple
proficient.
games, and obviously you have them with the dice games, but in the more simple games, I will allow you advantage, such as the Pharaoh. But poker being a bit more of a classy game, and this being a more classy establishment as well, so there was a lot more highbrow games such as the roulette, etc. I would not weigh that skill.
I'm specifically talking about cards. The card game I'm at right now. That's all I'm wanting to. Especially also I have proficiency in perception.
I will. The thing is, you've sat down at that one, which is one of these. Essentially Texas Hold'em.
Yeah. That's where I was going towards. The poker-ish games. I was wanted to
Would that?
play.
I'll let the party decide. Texas Hold'em, highbrow or lowbrow?
A lot of the highest stakes poker games ever played in the U.S. are done out of Hold'em.
I would say high.
Texas Hold'em is typically seen as a higher brow game because it is putting the hand in the power in the hand of the dealer rather than the the hand of the house rather than the hand of the dealer.
Then I would
It's
say
typically
you
the dealer, but
wouldn't
yes.
have advantage at the one you're currently sat at.
Yeah, I was going to
Well,
say
either way.
everything that those guys said.
But you might
Cards.
be at-
There's a
Some-
reason Texas Hold'em is the game of choice for World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
Darius is going to play aggressively. I'm trying to create an air of a high roller to attract other high rollers to me.
Okay.
That includes I am ordering a drink. I don't know. I don't drink, so I have no frame of reference.
Does Darius drink? So if not, he doesn't have a frame
I
of
mean-
reference either.
Darius drinks. He drinks when he needs to. I mean, obviously, because he's kind of a minor nobleman's son, so he has to have wine every so often, and he's a soldier, so there's drink. He's drank in the campaign. He drinks.
Yeah.
A highbrow drink, whatever that would be. He doesn't care about the price. He'll pay upwards of 2 gold for one. And then he's going to tip his server a gold piece very publicly before buying in for the hand.
Sure thing. The buy-in is 20 gold.
All right. It's a good thing we got that.
It's almost like I planned for this. You all are welcome.
Because right now I have 106, so I won't take any out until I've lost it.
And, and
I wanna
yes,
play
you
hands
tip
of-
in the extra gold. And how many hands are you looking to play, roughly?
How much time do we have? Was it
An hour.
an hour?
About an hour.
An hour? Depends on how many hands you think the skill level of the other people at this table would get through in that.
Okay, and you're specifically trying to give the air of a highbrow like sort of player, correct?
I want to give the brow that I want to give it the fact that I'm here to play cards. I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to I guess I'm here to play cards, and that is how I'm having fun. And
I think the way to put it is throwing money around is how you have fun.
Yeah, I'm throwing money around. But I'm also not. I'm also being very mindful of the fact that I only have a very limited number of gold on me. So I want to. I do want to try to win. So I'm being aggressive at it. I want to look.
Okay.
Like
I need.
Deception.
I will
Your
allow you
audience
to.
20 gold. You're good. Like
Yeah. 20 gold was. You'll be fine. Give me a performance check. For this.
Performance.
I will let you have advantage on this because you've set yourself up well. But I want a performance check to give this sort of, charade that you're a highbrow, high-stakes roller.
18.
18, okay.
can you use superiority dice that?
Actually, can I do performance superiority? I need
So I
to
know you
check
can do
that.
some charisma skills.
I can do some charisma stuff, but it's very limited.
This might be
I
very
can.
important, so I would establish it now.
Can. Wow, it's intimidation, persuasion, and performance. Wow, that is true. Yes, totally going to put a superiority die in that.
I wanted to make sure we knew that because we're gonna be throwing a lot of money around here, and I want to make sure we're.
What is
we're all on
that
the same
Battlemaster
page.
tactic called?
I think it's
Commanding
silver.
presence.
Commanding presence.
Commanding presence.
I mean,
It
if you're
is a-
trying to make yourself
It is
look like a
from,
high roller, being
when you make a charisma
commanding presence is probably
yeah,
Specifically
I mean,
for Tasha's, Midge.
Yeah, it's Tasha's. When you make a charisma, intimidation, performance, or persuasion check, you can expend one superiority die and add the superiority die to
It's
the
that
check.
just whatever. That's amazing. I was going to say
Yeah.
that it's like if there's a thing about these have to be made in combat.
So that is a 24.
That makes the Battlemaster so much better than every
They are
other fighter
really,
class.
really good.
What
They're
the-
so stupid
The
good.
thing
I
is, as
can
well,
u-
I want to point out that there's also a feat that allows you to take Battlemaster superiority die roll and 2 choices as a feat. Doesn't mean you have to be a Battlemaster to do that. So you could give a
It makes it-
bard a D8 superiority die on all of those checks.
Yeah.
Break it.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Well,
My lord.
This, I mean, to be fair, I took that specifically so I could stack it because it stacks. So I have 5 dice instead of the 3 I should have, right? And then I have like a whole bunch of extras. So yeah, and I could use up all 5 of these and just take a 20-minute break on the bar and just get them all back. Is the funny thing.
Yeah, you really
Add
did.
sorcerer noises.
So that is 24 in your... Okay. Roll
If
me
you're curious
just
about the
a...
recipe system we use, that is Chrono's Guide to Time, which Mitz himself has published on the DM's Guild if you're interested.
Indeed. Yes, thank you. Thank you for plugging me. Well, I can't. Okay, give me an intelligence check.
Ooh. Okay. It's check.
Yes.
Or in save. Okay. All right. That's not my best. Go ahead.
Whilst being very blasé and coming across as this high stakes, so you don't actually manage to make your money back in the hour spent.
Intelligence for Texas Hold'em? I
yeah.
thought it would be more. I thought it would be more perception, because you're reading other people's. I mean, it's your game, but I would say like it'd be more of a.
I
You're
would
trying
allow
to-
you to.
You gotta know
weigh-
when to hold them, know when.
I'll allow you to weigh insight.
I could do insight.
But I would say.
I mean, it's up to you, and it's up to the or it's up to the other people. Or the other GM. So I don't know how you'd roll it.
I mean, all
Or
of my poker experience is Texas Hold'em, and it comes from 2 places. Playing it at university, which my whole sole mission in that was to not get drunk, because I'm not a drinker, and that was normally the buy-ins and buys out. So yeah, and from doing nights with a professional poker player. Whilst I would weigh that you would, in some cases, you could use deception or a charisma skill set, but because you're focusing your charisma focus on being, this blasé high roller, I went for the more, okay, it's a card-based game where you're knowing the numbers. Intelligence would be the way I'd run it, because there is.
I would have done that for.
There was an attack. There's a
Blackjack.
tactical. I mean, you can card count and win poker quite easily. Like, if you had the keen mind feat, I would say that there was a higher chance that you will just destroy people at poker in D&D. But that's why I said but I would say insight as well. You could take as a way of going, okay, knowing what, kind of getting a gist of if people are lying or not and when to play properly. But that would be my thing.
No, I'd say keen mind and card counting would be much more applicable to blackjack than poker, because poker has an element of bluffing as a major.
Yeah, it
as a
can be.
major
Somebody with a
thing.
good deception score would be very good at poker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I did
Yeah.
say as a
Or the
caveat,
ability
but
of
because
or
you are
insight.
doing the performance thing
Read.
to be blasé, I cut off the charisma element of it, because that's where you're focusing your charismatic goals.
I mean, I
Um,
would prefer insight, but it's fine.
If you want to do insight, I will allow you to reroll.
Okay. All right.
Ruby's gonna grab just one of the nearby bartenders. Excuse me, sir. Can I get a
One more.
see.
So I mean,
Still
it's,
losing
my
money.
luck's not great.
little bit of club soda mixed with a white rum, an ounce of simple sugar, splash of lime, splash of mint, over ice.
You just described a mojito.
I did.
Yes,
As a bartender, I know. I worked a long time as a bartender.
So did I. It's
it-
my favorite drink. It's also a bitch to make.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's like I like an old fashioned myself. But anyway, yes, absolutely. And he goes off and makes a drink. Drinks actually aren't being charged for here. You notice.
Oh, and then as she sits down at the table, shall we play a game?
Absolutely. You're also sat at a one of these. I'm trying to think of a D&D poker name.
College
Poker-esque.
first.
let's call it jesters.
Jesters.
Uh,
So we're playing what? Texas Hold'em.
yeah.
Texas Hold'em. The card.
I'm trying to think
Call it the River Gambit.
River Gambit. Let's go with that. Yeah, we're playing.
That's a classy name for Texas Hold'em because it's all based on because it all comes down to the river.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll call it River Gambit. So you're playing a game of River Gambit. I will allow you to roll. Again, fee of buy-in is 20 gold. And you can either use your insight, your a straight intelligence roll, or a deception roll, depending on which kind of game you go.
Because I am proficient.
If there are multiple of you playing at the same table, it will be rolls against each other in terms of who gets the pot, etc.
Which brings me to an interesting point. Zedaar is not playing. He is standing behind Ruby. He's very specifically not looking at other people, like he's not trying to see any cards. He wants to be polite. But he is watching people. Me watching other people, could that give advantage to Ruby by just being perceptive of how other people are playing the game?
I also
Gonna
find that
give us
Ruby is proficient in.
Yeah.
I will allow that.
You don't speak. I don't speak common, so he just constantly says something. He just occasionally says something in Draconic to her.
Yeah. Which, by the looks of it, so you've got one elven gentleman at the table and then two humans. It seems like none of them seem to react when you speak Draconic. And just like, but actually, one of the humans leans over. So it's like, I want to ask, where is the fine silver gentleman from? Looking to you as you've been translating them, Ruby.
Oh,
And
he
a
is
19. Nice.
19. He is from a very far off land. He comes from the Triumvirate of Atria? Question mark?
Triumvirate of Atria.
Triumvirate of Atria. Quite a far distance from here. I'm afraid he is not quite fluent in common, so he's asking how to play the game, and I'm explaining it to him.
Oh, well, an actual real-world Atrian here at our table. Wow, we're good. And there's sort of like jostling around. People are ordering drinks. And you actually...
I was going to establish, yes. Some of the things Zedaar is asking, like occasionally he'll be leaning here, it's like he's playing naive, he'll ask, is this a good hand? Just like he has no idea what's going on. Which he kind of doesn't, because he doesn't know how to play cards. So
Who dealt this crap?
You actually are dealt a very crap hand considering the river. However, you managed to, while all this conversation is going, you're having a very, very genuine conversation about the Atrian fellow with you, but at the same time, you're bluffing them out with it by just nonchalantly betting really high, and they're taking this to be, hang on, and some of them go in for it, and then they're like, actually, no, I better get out, and you actually walk away with a pot. You get, if you wanted to buy out, get out now, you'd be up 10 gold.
Nothing like quite the smugness of an uncontested hand, and she will take her winnings.
Okay.
More?
If you were the same buy-in price, if you want to.
yeah.
Is anyone else doing anything right now?
38 gold.
Yeah, I have given 2 gold pieces to Braun so that he can try it as well.
Oh, Braun has he was being very vigilant. He is he's taken to hitting one of these slot machines. And
Zedaar, try this drink. You'll absolutely love it.
Roll twice for Braun then with the.
I just get the image of Zepp and Braun are just those people like smoking cigarettes with the bucket of
1, 2,
quarters.
3.
Just
Twice.
1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
So Braun has just made 30 gold.
Damn it!
Love that Braun is also the lucky one. Like,
By the time this campaign is over, we're all going to be dead, and it's going to be Braun standing over the corpses of all enemies, unscathed.
Braun just owns a city, like. Twice you see that Braun pulls the lever. This an arrayment of symbols comes up with a matching color, and lights begin to flash, and a little jaunty pipe organ music plays of like, and then money comes pouring out, and you see.
we hear that on the card floor.
Yes, you hear a.
Everybody, when that happens, Zedaar just starts doing this, and when he looks over, he just starts just starts clapping.
I love it. Yeah. But
This is a fun game. I don't know how I'm winning. This is remarkable. I never do so well.
How did that happen twice? Why did that happen twice?
That offset
it's
my
lucky.
losses. For the party in general.
Braun is no much
Braun
for
is
lucky.
Braun is just. I am one with the machine.
Game recognizes game.
So, I absolutely love it.
If you want to live.
I should quit while you are ahead, my friend. I think that we have probably won all that we will today.
Very
No,
good.
you got to roll for that. It's his first exposure to gambling, and he got 2 jackpots. He's got to roll for that. Nobody's that strong.
I kind of agree with you, to be honest.
Nobody's that strong.
Give me a wisdom saving throw from
10.
not check saving throw. Oh, it's the same, wouldn't it be? Yeah, it's the
The
same.
same, yeah.
What would the DCB of winning 2 jackpots? I don't think you would have made that. He's like, no, I have got this. He pulls again.
I think it
A
imagines
hot machine.
Can Zep explain to Braun statistical improbability?
Roll again.
He's
I
got
swear
4
to God.
intelligence, so no.
Oh, I see 2.
Oh, did I do
see
one
a-
too?
I think
I
one
see a
fell off
2
the
or
table.
4.
There we go. Here comes the other one. Oh. There
No,
we
give
go.
it a minute.
4, 2, 4.
Oh my God.
He wins 2 gold back.
He hasn't lost money yet.
It just becomes him, like, he just never stops pulling the lever. He is literally a gambling machine at this point.
He finally actually didn't get anything.
So he's currently even, but plus 30. Carry on.
The statistical probability.
We introduced the machine to Vice. He's just now.
Oh dear. But after that, Braun will be like, I finally lost. Okay, let's go. Although
He's
I will...
practical.
Yeah, no. I know most people though goes like, no, I'm still hot. Just one bad. It's not bad. It's just
You would
Okay.
have stopped, to be honest.
Okay. No, I got this. Keep going.
It's like, I'm good, let's go.
He wins 2 gold again. It's just every time I put 1 coin in, 2 fall out.
This is easy.
Just didn't get anything that time.
It's
Still
going to
break
end
even, plus
soon.
30.
I'm still making money. Clicks again.
so while that's going on. Well,
Yeah.
while that's going
Do it.
on.
While that's going on, Valmir.
What's Valmir doing?
What are you doing?
I was at the bar, looking for any gentlemen with raspberry drinks.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's not going to be here yet.
Yeah, I'm away from everyone else. And then I would, if I had spotted somebody with a raspberry drink or a raspberry looking drink, very interesting looking drink, I would have followed subtly. Or actually, perhaps I would have asked for a drink myself. Anything flashy, and I like raspberries, I would say.
Okay.
Flashy and fruity.
Okay. He offers you 2 choices. They have they have the bushberry blast, and they also have you say fruity. What has a fruity note?
Pina colada.
My beverage of choice. I do like me a good pina colada, but
I
wouldn't trust in a Redberry. I really wouldn't trust in a Redberry.
Yeah. Well.
Where do they get the pineapples from? Where are they getting half of this stuff?
Hold on, let me,
Pineapple
uh,
coconut and fresh cream.
I
Like,
have. I'm gonna. I have a.
Woodberry bomb.
I have a.
You just have a list of D&D
I
cocktails.
do have one somewhere. I'm just getting it
a
out.
list of D&D cocktails.
Oh, I do too. I have the D&D cookbook downstairs, like the official one. It's got cocktails in it.
Oh no, I have one. I had like 100 D&D cocktails at one point as a book.
While you're looking that up, I imagine Zedaar would try the mojito and also request one be ordered for him because he suddenly realizes that the idea of mint, which has been fairly foreign to him at this point, He likes it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's cool. It seems to be very appetizing to his palate, and he doesn't understand why.
It is a refreshing drink. Good on a hot day.
Can reptiles taste mint? Anybody ever
Let's
figured
just
that
roll
out?
with it.
No, I know that. I'm just Midge is still looking up a cocktail.
That's
Yeah, no,
so I was
it's
just
I don't know, Darius. That's a weird question to ask in the middle of this D&D game.
Yeah, Ruby's gonna keep playing for the hour.
Okay. No problem. Give me 2 more deception rolls. If you're still
With
using deception.
advantage?
If,
Oh, yeah.
If you're still being helped by the Dragonborn, then yeah.
Well, occasionally Zedaar will pay attention, like to see if people are coming in or what have you, but he's mostly paying attention to the game just to, help Ruby. Party finances and all that.
25 and 19.
There is. Okay. But
You didn't roll advantage
Valmir,
with the second one.
Oh, I didn't roll
Valmir, there
advantage
is
for anyone.
I did have one, but anyway, I'm gonna. There's one here called. Let's go with that one. There's one here called the sneak attack.
Gets you from behind.
And he shows you it's like he makes it from this liqueur, and it's just like deep black. But he says there's a fruity note to it.
I will take the first offering, the bushberry blast that you talk of.
Very well, sir. Very well. And he makes you a bushberry blast. It comes with as a tall glass. It's kind of it kind of has a almost bioluminescence kind of glow to it. But it's not a clear. It's not a clear liquid. It's clouded slightly, but glows, and then it has like ice round the rim.
Something tells me the sneak attack probably tastes like straight sambuca.
For some reason, the
It does
bushberry
have
blast.
sambuca in it. You're correct.
Ugh!
The bushberry blast makes
Black
me think
sambuca
like
in it.
for some reason it's some of its component is Mountain Dew Code Red. It's describing Code Red, like with mixed with alcohol of some sort.
I'm going to take a sip and then go walk around casino until I find Ruby, and I'm going to give drink to Ruby so that she knows what it tastes like in case she needs to know the bushberry.
Okay, you hand her the sneak attack, she gotta throw that shit across the house.
So that you know flavor in case you need to use prestidigitation to make flavoring elsewhere.
Not bad.
I'm glad that you established that, because otherwise we just saw an individual who looks a lot like we believe to be the elven gentleman who we're supposed to be looking for, walking around the floor with the drink we know he's supposed to be ordering.
You also know what I look like based on the fact that I came across on the boat like this.
What if you just not
Jackal him.
You established that you gave the drink away, though, so it's like, okay, fine, sure.
Not bad.
Darius is also going to spend the rest of his time at his table.
Okay.
Yeah, how much do I win the
I
next
wish to
rolls?
go to the table that looks like it is the one at 1 o'clock on the, like, if this is a clock, and I wish to play D&D.
You can move yourself to the table that you're going to. So I believe you should have token movement. Okay, you want to go over there and
Play D&D.
it's yeah. There's actually some people. I didn't even notice that this pack had someone playing D&D on our table. Actually, it's what that is.
Holy crap!
I didn't even get the meta insert.
That can't
That's
be.
amazing.
That can't be. D&D.
There's a-
That's got to
there's
be.
It is definitely
No,
that's
no,
DM
there's
screen right
it's gotta
there.
There's a
be
DM
like,
screen.
oh,
There's a DM screen.
That's
I love
the
that.
screen.
As a historical fan, Midge, you should know that could be Kriegspiel.
Okay, they're actually playing Settlers of Catan.
Well, I was gonna say it's the classic not D&D and D&D. It's Lizards and Layerfolk,
Damn it.
or Lizards and Layers rather. Which they also play to be Snakes and Ladders over here. So I don't know what the hell's going
Mazes
on
and
at the casino
Monsters?
anymore.
Is that
I like the Beholder dice.
Yeah,
that's
but there's a
it.
Beholder dice game. I'm curious to see what that's about.
Yeah, that's
Man on bottom left roll real shit.
just to show you. It's like the Valbyr's playing.
Snake eyes.
Yeah. Okay. What? Okay. Yes. I've actually finally found my cocktail list as well. Brilliant.
What how much did Ruby and Darius walk away with?
So, you've given so you are up another 12. One of those isn't. Oh, sorry, that's
The 12 is advantage. Yeah, sorry. So it's 25 and 19.
So you put 20 in again. You're up another 30. So plus your 20 in, you're up another 30 with that. Darius, if you're still trying to keep up this high roller facade, you're again still limited to the. I won't make you do another performance check because that would still be ongoing, but you'll be limited to the insight or intelligence rolls. However, if you want to really try and make some money and do some deception, I would allow that, but it may have adverse effects on the performance you are giving. If you suddenly, start like
the
just
table?
go. It's one of those things of like, oh yes, now I'm gonna beat you all. It's like the switch, it might reveal your bait and switch.
Right. Well, out of character, I know the party is up like 50 gold pieces because of Braun and various others. So we can make this back. This is going under workplace expenses. So I will make a. I'm gonna I guess I have to make an intelligence check because I realize now me arguing that was bad because I actually get a better bonus for intelligence than I do insight. That was. Well, you know what? It was the principle of the thing. I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna make an intelligence check.
Of course.
17.
Once you get into the rhythm of everything, give me another one as well if you're staying for the full time until this.
All right. Or not, but okay. The same.
Oh wow. Okay. You're now with another 20 gold buy-in. You are up. You're up 27 gold pieces. So total of 40.
Including the loss I took. Originally.
No.
Or
So if you had a
or-
20 buy-in and then a 20 buy-in, you would be up 40.
I'm
So
just tell me how much I need to put in because I'm not subtracting until I've actually
Add 7
lost
gold.
money.
Add 7.
Add 7 gold. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's what I was saying. So I'm okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize you hadn't been taking those out.
Well, no, because there's more math.
Braun makes 3 gold.
He hasn't technically lost money yet.
Nope.
That's the worst part.
Braun is just infinitely making money. And
He's
I
a
love
machine.
it.
Of course.
It's pretty bad too because it takes like 1 round for that, and we have an hour, so he's gonna be doing. He could do 1,000 of these.
And at this point, like Zep's spending all of his time trying to stop Braun from just gambling all the money away, and is just
No.
deaf.
I am going to keep rolling. Give me a wisdom save again for Braun.
Come back like 10 levels later, he's still here, and it's just a small mountain of coin has been rising up around him.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, he's the perfect one because he doesn't. He's he's the worst.
He doesn't eat or sleep.
He's the worst for a casino.
He's sleep.
Hey, no, I am done. I feel. Well, does
Casinos
Braun
hate him
have?
because he doesn't
Like, I need to
buy
ask this so I know how to play the character. What is Braun's view of material wealth?
That's something I've been wondering myself. He probably doesn't quite understand what it is, except for the fact that Zep tends to turn money into upgrades.
He's been getting a cut of all our money, so I hope he has some concept of material
Yeah.
wealth.
We
So is
spend
Kifis.
things on.
Kiffis doesn't either.
I would imagine he has a better concept than Kifis because he does come from a mercantile background because of the people he works with.
He's been splitting it 7 ways just so he can get a cut.
Well, it's more the fact of because it's not it's a luxury item for Braun because he doesn't need to eat, drink, or sleep, so he doesn't need money to live in this world. So it was more of a fact of, does he like the material aspect of it, or is he indifferent?
Probably indifferent. He would likely lean on how, or learn from how Zep's been using money, and Zep sees it entirely as an investment.
And he goes, I feel like this bonus will help us. And then he pockets it into his bonus. I hope you've been keeping track of how
Yeah,
much
I've been
been
keeping
saying
track.
you go to.
He's up 32
Otherwise, I'm
gold.
gonna. Yeah, he paid some serious money there. And I actually, you noticed there's like a couple of the waiters like actually stopped and were like watching Braun just keep pulling and keep winning. They're like, no one's ever that lucky. And they continue walking on.
Does somebody come out with the maintenance staff and just put an out of order sign on that specific machine immediately?
That's okay. I can help fix this.
Oh no!
I love it.
Coming in, going. Got him coming in, going.
Fucking, I love it. I love it. You know what?
Carrying on.
So, after about an hour of playing various games, the more eagle-eyed of you notice an elven gentleman flanked by 3 guards enter the main hall. He's standing at the top of the stairs, looks around, and then, curiously, looks towards where you, Zedaar, and Ruby are, and whispers to one of the guards, who then walks towards the dealer at your table. Who then goes, and would the Lord like to take a seat at this table, or request a private game? Very well, I will talk to the manager. I will... Apologies, I require to... I require a moment away from the table. And he picks up the cash box, and locks it into the table, and then goes towards someone who has stood by the side staircase and says... and he starts having a conversation.
Ruby is going to lean over to Zedaar and say, I think we're in if you want to find the others. And inform them.
It's hard when I'm only speaking Draconic.
Just tap them.
And then... comes away for a moment, and then the guard talks to the manager for a moment, and the manager says, "I will have the a private table arranged post haste. We'll have it in the VIP lounge on the above the entrance." And the manager walks off. The guard then returns to the Lord.
Thank you.
And the Lord then enters the main area and actually walks up to you, Ruby. And he goes, so is Zedaar left the table? Yes.
Zedaar didn't leave.
Oh, Zedaar didn't leave. Okay, so he walks up to both of you and says, greetings.
Good evening.
I see you are familiar with the River's Gambit game. Would you care to join me at a private game?
She gives him the, that once up and down with a okay.
He
Little-
is
little coy
also,
smile.
you noticed, holding one of the pink drinks.
Is there anything else about him that stands out? She's not obviously giving him the up and down, just
Okay.
measuring.
So you
Is
see
this,
here is
is this one of his guards or the actual elven gentleman?
the actual elven gentleman.
Can I make a perception check? I want to see if I notice anything sticking off of his person, like he's got something in his pocket underneath his
That's what
shirt,
Ruby's doing
what have
too.
you.
Okay, both of you give me a perception check. Then.
I'm supposed to be pretty good at this.
I'm not.
Natural 20.
Oh, Zedaar with the
8.
natural 20.
So
So
26.
you see this this gentleman. He is in robes of all green. He They are like, they're not like mages' robes. They are like absolutely. They're like long, sort of almost scribe, but nicer robes. There's like the one's like one layer is an outer jacket, then there's a central layer. In the center, you see like a leather, almost like a very stylized leather breastplate, / tunic. Like it looks to be protective of something, but it's covered in like vines and filigree. He has an open sort of chest area with like the sort of lacing where there's also gilded. Around his neck is a necklace on a silvered chain, and it is a round sort of lockbox on the chain. And with a large sort of ornate stone in it. So imagine like a square the size of like a small compass, with an orb in the center of it. He also has a number of rings on his fingers. You can tell that with a natural 20 and that closer look, you can tell that because of the coloration of his fingernails, with the glass that he's holding, he likes to smoke. It's just like he seems to be from what you can tell as well, the way he's holding things, he's left-handed. His eyes, while made up, look slightly tired, and also that it seems that he is a little bit drunk. That's what
Zedaar would nod, and as he's looking him over, he would kind of look kind of longly at the lockbox, and he would just kind of ask himself in Draconic, "That is a very pretty piece of work."
Ruby will translate. My friend really does seem to appreciate the necklace you're wearing. Says it looks remarkably beautiful.
Thank you for the translation, but really no need. He then goes into full fluent Draconic, and goes, yes, this is an antique piece that belonged to my family. I wear it at all times and keep it safe on my person. I'm glad you like it. The stone has been in my family for many generations.
Good. I do not follow the game so well, but I hope you will allow me to. And he sits there a moment, and he will very forcefully use in common, watch.
And he continues in Draconic. By all means, it would be nice to have conversation with someone who's travelled as far as you from the Triumvirate. Clearly, good sir and follower of Bahamut.
It would be my joy.
Okay. And well, when you're ready, join us at the VIP table. And he then turns to his guards, and they walk back where they came, towards that end of the ship, towards the... What's the back of a ship called? Someone remind me.
Done.
Thank you.
Turn.
Thank you. Towards the stern. Stern
Zedaar,
bow?
I'm gonna
Bow front?
Yeah,
front,
bow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Zedaar, I'm going to get myself a drink, and then I'm going to go to the VIP section. I'm probably going to let the others know that I have been invited and going to go to work.
Yes.
And Ruby is going to walk back towards the bar and just tap Darius on the shoulder and lean in. I have found him and have been invited to the VIP room.
Darius shifts his methodology from being a person throwing around some money to being somebody who's now dissatisfied with the obviously poor competition he has at this table. He's here to spend money, not make it. Where can I find a decent gain here? And I start along those lines. Obviously, as
okay.
I am.
Then she's going to get herself a mojito.
Okay, give me another performance check.
Zedaar will make his way up towards the gambling section, and making sure there's nobody around, will just kind of make his way up to Braun and Zep and kind of pat them on the shoulders and say, "Private game." And just kind of nod in the direction that the individual has made his way towards.
And that's
Okay. I will say back in Draconic.
Oh, you do speak
Would-
Draconic. Oh, then he was the lockbox.
Most of us can.
Jewel. That's
We
what
will
I'm
stay
looking
here
for.
and keep watch.
Draconic seems to be like the team's conversation language away from common ears.
17.
17?
Performance.
Okay. About 5 minutes or so have passed when the manager is like steaming towards the bar and sees you and goes, Sir, would you like to join us for a private game with at the VIP table? Just go to the stern of the ship, up the stairs by the entrance. Give them this, and he pulls like a red ribbon, which has a J on it. This will get you in.
Finally, good game. Darius stands up and he flicks a gold piece at the dealer. And
The
then
dealer catches it and then does the whole playing with it in between his fingers. Thank you, sir.
That is remarkably hard to do.
It is very hard to do with something that small.
What gold pieces in D&D are like
yeah,
that,
it's
aren't they?
huge.
A gold piece in D&D is like 2 bottle caps stuck together. Yeah.
Yeah,
like that.
so it's a little bit easy to manipulate. But no, I didn't mean the whole round the finger thing. I was doing like a side-to-side motion.
Oh, okay.
You know when if anyone's seen James Wood, the Casino Royale, when the James Wood tips the guy like 500 grand or it's something. It's like
Seriously?
it's the chip. He just because he tips him one of the blue chips, which is like
Blue chips, yeah, it's 500 grand.
It's 500 grand, and he just does that sliding between the table. I was like, I want to be that dealer.
See, I just got tipped $500,000. That's tax free, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, oh my god.
$5, yo.
This is, I can retire.
But yeah, stand up, give him the gold piece, and then like I don't care. Like it doesn't pain me immensely to get part with that gold piece. I tore back from this table, but it's for the greater good, and I walk back towards.
But here's the real issue.
Oh,
Zedaar moves to reconvene with Ruby so they can go into the back room together, because obviously they're here together. Who tells Valmir and Kifis what we're up to here?
That's where I was gonna go with this.
I've
Going
been
to the
rolling.
bar.
Okay,
I
I
had
would
something
say
for this.
I would be watching.
was
Because
going
I'm in the main room. I would have been able to see.
So I've been trying to, in my head, roleplay what Kifis would be doing. So is what Kifis has been doing, and I've
Who are
rolled
you?
some really good stealth checks. He has
There's
been
no silverware
stealing
left.
He's been stealing random pieces from various tables. So much so that there's a couple of people standing around one of the tables who just can't complete their game because they're missing the ball bearing that helps the roulette wheel spin.
My thought was either that or he has somehow gotten to one of like the dealer stands and is dealing the game and just taking tips when the pot is getting so big.
And is now currently sat underneath, hiding inside one of the suits of armor. That's currently where he is right now.
yeah, and
I'm glad
I
we
was going to.
established that. I'm glad we established
Yeah,
that.
that is honestly funny. I was also going to stop by on my way towards the VIP area. I was going to spy Valmir because I know what he looks like. And I'm going to. Oh fuck! What do you speak? I've already forgotten what languages you speak. Fuck. I run the gambit. Yeah, I run the gambit of what I know until one
you just look
clicks.
at somebody and you're just like, "Guten Tag."
I mean, in
Until they-
character, I don't know if you would know what I speak.
Here's the thing: you could
That's
just
true.
whisper.
That's true. I could do that.
I
He's in
speak
a
whisper to him. It's a
he
very
speak
understated
yeah.
language.
No, Darius comes up to
busy
you.
casino floor. Like you can
Yeah.
whisper.
Darius leans down to you. Go into the VIP area. You're my bodyguard. Get up. Just-
I follow orders. Yes, my lord.
All right. Yeah. Follow me.
And
even though
the
you
final-
are
the manager,
definitely less armored.
after a moment, like it's like got a server with the drinks, and then the server walks as they walk past Zepp and Braun. He goes, the server turns to the manager, and goes, "That's the really lucky one." And he goes, you two, and hands you both VIP strings. It was just like, there is a lord is having a VIP game. I would like you two to join. Even the balance a bit. You look very well yourselves, and I hope you enjoy. Of course, drinks and food is free, and we hope you enjoy your stay.
This would be very gratefully received. We appreciate the hospitality and look forward to the game.
Ja. Does it involve the pulling of the machine? Alas, no, but you seem to be on a lucky streak. Quickly with those drinks. Let's go. He turns back to the server and walks past.
And I think what we'll do, if when we join the game, Zep's gonna play the role like Zedaar was and like show Braun how to play. Because Braun's the lucky one. He was the one that was invited.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I will... now I'm going to try and roll... Does anyone try to contact Kiffis?
Oh, I don't know where he is.
None of us know where he is.
If you're hiding in a suit of armor and apparently no one has seen him, yeah, I think no one has
Imagine it'd
seen
be
him.
awkward if I stopped and say, "Hey, are you in here?" Bang, 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 bang.
If I caught him with passive perception, he'd probably just let him stay in that suit of armor. Just
Yeah, I was about to say Zedaar would catch a fluffy tail sticking out of the back of one of the suits of armor as he went up the stairs.
Because nothing against Giff is every time we've tried to plan like this, he always goes off on his own way. So I imagine if anything went wrong here, it would be Kiffis. So yeah.
He'd be in less trouble if you just leave him alone.
Yeah. Plus, he's not here, so that's just convenience for the DM.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're already playing Braun. And every other character.
I like playing Braun. Braun is like one of my absolute favorite things about this game. He is a gem
Let's
of a
go
character.
get into this shenanigans, guys.
Okay,
Good
let's
man.
bring you guys to the not Kiffis. You're staying.
Over here, I think.
He was in this suit of armor. Yeah,
I
arrange.
think actually you take my
Oh,
spot
yeah,
because
wait,
I'm the bodyguard.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to maneuver myself where it's like I'd be standing next to Ruby, trying not to look at people's cars, so I wouldn't be standing next to their yes.
Let me just put these in the. So depending on how this goes, I'm just throwing.
The
an
worst part about this
encounter
is we can't
into
actually
the-
win money at this table because we're all at this fucking table.
No, we could fleece the nobleman.
Okay, yeah, I guess
Okay.
technically we could. Yeah, okay.
That's the primary plan right now, is that we beat him so badly
Yeah.
he puts up the key. So I am totally fine with losing all of my money here as long as you give it back. After this.
I have no money to gamble.
Well, that's why you're a bodyguard.
Precisely.
Yes.
I keep getting a lot of errors in some log.
Yeah, every time
me
I
too.
open the map, it does that. It's weird.
There's an error log for
Oh.
you guys.
Oh,
It
I haven't-
automatically opens when you drag a token onto the map.
Interesting.
Hasn't
I'll
been
take
doing
it.
it for me.
I'll take a print screen. It might be because we didn't, or I didn't update Fancy Grounds before I opened it today.
Always update your fantasy grounds before you open it. Before you open the game. Always.
Yeah. That could be what the error log is. Okay. I'm just trying to make the commoner in this neutral. There we go. Okay, so you are joined at the table by a dealer. You also... So I should probably make the everybody in neutral, really, right now, because they're not hostile to you. But for now, I will make all these characters neutral. Yes, and you are here. So you see a you see this elven gentleman sat down. You all join the table. He looks around and says, "Oh, what a fine array of people to play against tonight. Not the same old local nobility and layabouts that they normally throw together." And the dealer looks around and goes, "Okay, so no minimum buy-in. Bet. We'll start with a small blind, big blind. We're playing some River Gambit. The amount putting in is up to you. Okay, let us begin. So, it's going to be left of the dealer starts. So he turns to you, Darius. How are you playing your first hand? Are you playing your hand with? Are you trying to insightfully check your trying to do this insightfully with deception, or are you trying to do this? Are you bluffing? Are you trying to play this insightfully, or are you just trying to be intelligent about how you're playing?
Well, I am no longer putting on the front because this is a private room, so there's nobody else to see out here, and he never saw me actually play, so there's no reason to keep the front up anymore. So I am fully able to do that. And instead, what I am wanting to do is, I just realized giving away my strategy means everybody else at the table knows this, and even though the ultimate goal is just to take this, I still did want to take some of your money, even for a short time, but whatever. Instead, can I leverage perception?
What are you trying to
now
perceive?
that I'm trying to receive ticks, giveaways.
That would be insight.
Like pals.
That would be insight.
I'd have to roll against that.
Yeah, but your deception is stupidly high, so it doesn't.
Well, if you're gonna insight, Ruby's bluffing, so you have to roll against my insight. That's 2, so.
So Ruby, you're picking a bluff, but it's left to the dealer first. So Darius, what role are you going for? Are you trying to bluff your way through? Are you trying to be insightful to counter people's bluff, or are you just being intelligent about it?
Also, what's the gold buy-in?
There's no buy-in, so you get to set what first bet is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting 5 in. First bet, 5 gold. And I'm just going to play an insightful game, even though it's... you know what? No, I'm going to bluff it.
Go for it. Give me a roll.
Maybe I'll roll better than... Yeah.
Okay. Ruby, you're playing a deceitful game as well.
Yes.
Meet or raise the 5 gold?
She'll meet it.
Meet. Okay. Zedaar, are you playing or watching? You're observing, aren't you?
So, because he wants to play the gracious individual who's been invited, I think he'll sit down and play. He doesn't know how the card game is played other than what he's been paying attention to Ruby, but he's really good at reading people, so he's going to be using insight.
Okay. Absolutely.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I've never used it. I need to be able to get my stuff back. I rolled crappier, so 14 is my roll.
Okay, no problem.
It's fine. I've had it for like 10 sessions. Or 5 sessions. It's time to get rid of it.
So Zedaar's one of those guys that can read everybody's tells, but he puts his chips on the wrong spot every time, and just...
It's like, oh, this is a 7 and a 2. I'm sure this will make something.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Just natural 20 for the Elven Noble.
We gotta lull him in. We gotta lull him in.
Also, were you meeting or raising the bet?
Oh, meeting.
Okay.
No balls.
He
Come on.
also meets. He says, "Okay."
Does it know how it's work? So whatever Ruby puts in, he just puts in the same as her.
I respect. I respect the slow start to the evening. Also, is there a server around? And one of the servers appears. It's just like drinks for everyone, of course. And if anyone has a drink order, of course you can get it. Okay, so he's going to be playing that kind of game. Whether he's good at that or not, we'll see.
Natural 20.
He got a
Doesn't
natural
matter.
20. But
as
he
we're playing,
might
Ruby-
have a negative. You don't know.
So as we're playing, can Ruby... So, I didn't actually catch your name, sir.
Oh God.
Oh God, we're playing against God.
Oh no.
Lord.
Hey, it worked with
sorry, was
Supernatural, I got this.
Ilamar?
Lord
Did I say?
Ilitha.
Ilatha. Lord.
I don't know.
Ilatha.
You made him.
Sorry. Sorry, I've got multiple tabs open. I didn't have that one. I closed his tab because I've got
I
the
got your
game
back.
rules up.
Okay, I got
Thank
your
you,
back.
buddy. Thank you, buddy. I've got my game rules up. for how to do the poker. Braun, is Braun playing or is he watching?
Braun is being instructed by Zep, so it is probably Zep actually playing.
Okay. But is it Braun with the hand and you looking over sitting on the chair over his shoulder, or is this?
Yeah, I'm on his shoulder, and I kind of every now and then lean forwards and like point at a card.
I
Or
I would rate that as Braun is playing then. So is Braun? I will say that you can assist him on these rolls, whether it be in the insight.
You know what?
You know,
Zep's
the
going to take this
intelligence.
as a teaching moment, so he'll let Braun play and then like tell him afterwards what he should have done.
He's gonna get a natural 20. He's gonna win the hand.
So
He's gonna get-
deception, insight, or just an intelligence roll from Braun using Braun stats.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll a d6 to work out what he would do, because he's not very smart. He is going to go intelligence.
I'm assuming that's his
two.
worst.
And
Yep.
uh,
Got
so
a -3.
well, this continuous round. The Elven Noble wins. He's just like, oh, what? Well, that makes it good stuff. He's in a very chipper mood. And actually, you look at what Zedaar. You actually look over to the guards behind, and they're like, "You actually won one." They're actually very confused. And yes, so that first pot has gone to the Elven Noble, who and then it would be Ruby to start with this next round.
As she puts down 10 gold. So, are you new in town?
Oh, I am staying at the moment on a mission from the embassy, and I have been to Retbury a number of times. However, I like to.
I'm using my inspiration as well.
Okay. I like to keep my stays as short as they possibly can. However, discussions are continuing on, so to speak, right now.
Oh, what kind of discussions?
Just I won't bother you with politics.
Oh, darling, I understand. I'm from Nardathel. It's such a pain.
Well, the Elendor Empire has always had.
Valmir, you can of course go and do that.
You were under a roll, so I don't want to interrupt it. But then you interrupted yourself.
No, absolutely. It's because it popped up for me. But because also I kind of realised that that should have been your round of action. I kind of skipped past you because you weren't at the table. It's just Elendor Empire has always had. Well, of course, we were the original owners of Retbury before it became this dive of a place. So, of course, we have to have our say and our stake here every now and then.
Of course.
So, diplomatic mission, so to speak. So, yes, you're playing a deception game again. I've seen you in roll 19. What are you're setting the bet at this time?
10.
10. Okay, upping the ante. Zedaar would be you
Zedaar's
next.
gonna match it, and he's gonna keep trying to read people rather than cards.
Absolutely.
17.
Okay.
Is the A a good one?
Who dealt this crap?
Hey, I'm not using deception. I'm using insight. I don't say anything.
Reed pulls her cards to her ear. What do you think?
Oh, I rolled twice by accident. Well, it's the second one. Okay, he rolled naff. Okay, he's trying to be deceptive, but he's not very good at this. Zedaar, you read right through him. He's not got a very good hand. Braun, over to you. He also meets,
Braun
by the
is
way.
going
He's
to
not
play
raising anything.
intelligence again.
Oh, you did quite well, but
The best roll, but the worst, but not the best result.
And finally, are you matching the bet?
Yeah, he is matching.
Darius, last to you. Are you matching or raising, and what role are you going for?
I have such shit. I can't. If only I could use intimidation.
How would you level?
Glare at my cards. Glare at them.
You can be intimidating a table. That's the style of just gonna look at people. It's like, you're bluffing, aren't you? I can call it. I can smell it on you. You're bluffing.
You can be an intimidation. You can use an intimidation check and then.
Who are you trying to? Who are you focusing your intimidation on? And I will allow an intimidation check. Because you can't intimidate the whole fucking table.
Oh, you totally can. But
Well, I mean, since there's no folding, he can't really specify. So it's more just using those tactics in given hands because we're not actually rolling for every single like flop from the turn on the table.
We're not rolling on either. Yeah. Though that would be a great way of just running this because there's card functionality and in fantasy grounds.
We just actually start gambling. Yeah, sure.
We just start playing poker like Texas Hold'em.
Forever in the middle of our D&D game.
If this was a live game, I would have had a poker set out because I've got poker sets and stuff. I would have had. If this was a live game, we would actually just be playing Texas Hold'em hands.
No, I'm gonna I'm gonna use intimidation on. See, this also sucks because now I have meta knowledge, but I think Darius would understand that Ruby is totally the best player here at deception. And he's gonna try and intimidate. And
before we came here, to tell each other that. So definitely, you know who the best player at the table is.
I like that Darius is now just forgotten the whole mission. Is just playing to win right now.
Unfortunately, somebody has challenged his manhood, and he does not have a lot of that to go around. So he needs to. he needs to guard that.
What do I need to roll against intimidation?
We'll see.
I think it's still just a
I
contest.
I have to roll it first.
Yeah, let him roll first.
Yeah. The only reason this is better is because I can just add superiority die to it, which I will just to fuck you.
You've already won.
No, he tied.
24.
Now he's won.
Now I've won.
No, he did win.
Now I've won.
It's a bonus.
Yeah. Well, originally,
and in my line of going through is just going, "Were we here to talk or play cards? Come on." It's just like very much like.
So, where Ruby's normal, charming demeanor would have just won her the hand just from the sheer sort of almost like a shell game of how she runs her laps around people verbally and deceptively. Her style is completely put off by Darius's overbearing ability on the table, and almost he's sat there going, "No, you should fold now. You should fold now. This isn't your hand. This is just really obnoxious." But he does win the hand. So yeah.
There's a little bit of red creeping up her neck. She looks a little miffed.
How much did I win off of that?
40 gold.
Almost 40 gold, yeah.
40 gold? Jesus Christ. I'm up.
You're not actually up anything because that money's coming back to the people who own it.
Well, I'm up right now.
Because 30 of it is the party.
And is any Valmir, you're talking to the Elven Guards. What would you like to say?
Yes. I'm just trying to get a feel for the Elven noble. I've forgotten his name already. Eladrin or something like that. But just trying to get a feel for who he is, see if, bodyguard to bodyguard, bodyguard to chat, right?
Okay, give me that chat. I want the conversation.
Damn it.
Talk to me, man!
Well, are you here for the red-haired noble there, or the elven noble over there? Which one is your charge?
I am with the ambassador.
Oh, he's an ambassador. Very nice. Is he an ambassador from Redbury or to Redbury?
We do not have an ambassador for Redbury. He is the ambassador for Longreach. We do not have formal embassies with anyone here, so he covers it all.
This whole business of high stakes politicking is certainly beyond me. I am with that brash, boastful
What
man
race,
over there.
What race do you look like right now?
Elf.
Okay, good.
He's
How does one of such fair lineage as you end up with a brute like that?
It is a long story. And it is not one that I am proud of, if I may be so candid.
You should
But
come.
I owe him my life, and, well, this is the debt that I pay.
I respect your morals, but you owe nothing to those slimes. You should come back to the Empire and enlist. Be far better and far more noble work for you.
May I do not have that much longer upon my debt to this man. Then, maybe I will make my way over there.
Valmir, make a perception check. I will say this is a high DC.
Oh, great. I'm real good at perception checks. Where the fuck is it?
It's so sweet to get a cigarette here.
With that, the dealer actually puts out, opens a metal case of cigarettes onto the corner of the table, and then
Wonderful.
passes you.
She will take one and
Thank you,
just
thank
a
you,
little bit of light. And thank you.
And he then also slides an ashtray next to you.
11.
Yeah, thank you. You didn't meet the DC. Next round, Zedaar. You to start.
Zedaar, unfortunately, doesn't have a concept for what would be a good raise, so he's just going to match the last spell buy-in, so 10 gold.
Okay. And
insight. Let's see how well he can read people this round. My rolls have not been good for gambling, which is on par for Zedaar not knowing what he's doing.
Okay. Zedaar, give me a perception check as well.
Sure. Wait, I'm not sure if this is... That was performance,
That
not
was
perception.
performance.
Yep, because I was like, I grabbed the wrong dice there. Perception. Shame that was a 13. Hey, still
What
got
was
13. 15.
19. You catch a glimpse of... You see something sort of in the more shadowy corner of the room. You see a faint movement, but there's nothing there.
So Zedaar just kind of like crane his head. Like he leans into the table so he's not like looking at people's cards, but he just kind of look at the corner. Look around. How bright is it in here? Is it well illuminated or is it fairly dark?
This area, it's only lit essentially above the two tables. There is a magical low-level light.
I must ask, is anyone else having trouble seeing right now? Perhaps I am just more accustomed to the brighter environments of my homeland. Could we perhaps turn this up a little bit?
Are you saying that in Common or Draconic?
He would be saying that in Draconic.
Okay. Darius makes a point of looking very confused at him.
And
he does not understand.
the ambassador goes, can we have more light brought in? Certainly. And a couple of servers finally, after a little bit, 2 more candelabras are brought into the room. I'll put those into the map.
Is there anything like hanging just above the table, like maybe 5-6 feet above it?
Yes, a hanging light.
Zedaar would just say, if I may. He will begin to chant one of the very basic hymns of Bahamut and just touch the bottom of it and cast light on it.
Okay.
Which will shed 20 feet of bright light out from the table.
Yep. Okay, so your enchantment goes on top of the enchantment that's already there.
Assuming mine is brighter if theirs is very low light, though.
Yeah.
Enchantment squared.
Yeah.
Enchantment squared.
Thank you. Sorry, my eyes are not so accustomed to dark places. Maybe this will help my hand at cards.
It's helped you be able to see what you're doing.
I was really tempted to see if I could bluff my way into casting multiple spells, but I'm not going to be that cocky. There's no way I could pull that off without getting caught.
We talk a language everybody can understand at the table, please. Just go straight asshole. We're just playing an asshole here.
He is asking for some more light. I will say, with a snap at Darius.
It seems like you, sir, are the only ones that's speaking a language none of us can understand. And then he goes, the Elven Lord then turns around and says, maybe we should, to all of you in Draconic who understand it, maybe we should only speak Draconic from now on.
This just brings up an amazing point. That means Darius can't really intimidate Zedaar, because I don't understand what he's saying.
Darius makes a point of saying an expletive in Orcish.
Well, that's going to be a good one too.
And then
It means like 4 different things, and it's all bad.
It's basically
and then the Lord curiously.
But we just understand there's something wrong with it just because the way you said it. 'Cause that's just how Orcish sounds.
Yeah, the Elven Lord looks over to you as and then spoke to you as and he says to you in perfect Orcish, "You speak the tongue of the mercenaries, and yet you have the gall to slander other people's more poetic poetic languages."
He's Elvish, right?
Yes.
He's like, does he look half Elvish or full Elvish?
Full-blooded Elvish.
Full-blooded Elvish. Then I'm going straight Dwarvish, just to the point that like right into the gut. Oh, what am I gonna say? I know a lot of languages. I just take to speaking ones that actually matter. You speak that language too, Midge? Huh?
He's an ambassador, so.
He said, well, I know he's an ambassador. We can't know them all. Actually, no, we can't know them all.
That's kind of his job, no?
I have very basic languages. I just smatter
in
them.
Dwarvish, he said,
Damn it.
"If you really wanted to offend me, you'd continue to speak common. Or one of your pigskin tongues."
No, I just speak like this if I want to speak like somebody I dislike, and I'm speaking
Zedaar
full,
visibly
perfect
bristles
Elvish.
when he says that.
Full perfect Elvish.
Perfect Elvish.
Sorry.
Perfect Elvish.
Sorry, and what was he saying that language? You were saying that in Dwarvish?
Yep.
Pigskin? Okay, so then I wouldn't have understood what he was saying. Never mind.
There's just these
We're
poor
just sitting here
guards.
looking, like, Zedaar's just looking back and forth, just really confused. Like, he actually doesn't know what's going on and what's being said now.
So now there is like 4 or 5 languages have been thrown across the table.
Poor dealer, poor guards. They don't know what's going on. Just everybody's getting more heated.
What?
I'm gonna look
All
at
of the
guns.
Elvish guards.
How many?
Ears pricked up at the Elvish, obviously.
It's perfect, by the way.
Yeah, and
Darius learned Elvish from an elf, like a full blood elf. So he is perfect. Every consonant, every perfect.
they then look towards the Elven Lord, who looks back and just goes, almost hold on. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Some people simply don't know when they're entirely outclassed.
Quite. He's then gonna put down.
Don't be so hard on yourself, lady.
He's going to raise Zedaar to 50 gold. From Zedaar to 50 gold.
And what's he rolling?
I'm going to. He's not going to do the deception that he's been trying to do. Where am I looking? It's over here.
This is really funny because now this check actually applies to your poker face, Midge, of whether or not we know how good he rolled.
I'm going to ask the guard I am chatting with how many languages his master is able to speak.
I do not know. He seems to know all of the major ones for the various empires and nation states. Unfortunately, he knows the various human languages. Had to learn it as part of the. He's been ambassador for a long time, and
I'm speaking in Elvish to him, by the way.
Yeah, I gathered. Before the naturalized common tongue, he had to learn the various dialects. I do not know how he does it. Okay. He's put down 50 gold. Braun, are you playing or are you folding on this?
Braun is going to put 3 gold pieces down. Not understanding what is happening.
Zep, are you going to correct him?
No.
Then the dealer turns to Braun and goes, "You need to either meet that or raise it further or leave this hand."
Unscrews his hand and puts it on the table.
I realise I have changed the accent for the dealer there as well. The dealer was a bit more like this, bit more of a wheeler dealer than a.
You have an excuse, Mitch. You were just speaking in 5 different languages.
Yeah.
Dealer needs to go to like a Wild West. Like, what are you doing, son? What are you putting down? Just like, it's like a riverboat. Hey, it works. A riverboat dealer.
Braun is actually going to rise from the table in that case and say, "I do not like this game." And he's going to leave, and he's going to go back to the arm machine.
Oh god.
Is Zep getting off?
Yeah, he's going. Zep will probably stay and watch, but Braun's gone.
Okay, Braun is gonna go. Oh,
Things all over the place.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's
He's gonna
alright,
make
okay.
up the difference over at the gambling machine. We're not gonna lose any money.
Hey, yeah.
He gets lost for a bit, and then he finds his way back again.
I really do not like this game.
let's just go back. Maybe I
That's
should
what
stay
I'm
with
saying,
Zep. No,
it's
no,
just
the
a
machine is
table
right.
sticking out of the crotch.
It's just like he's going as back and forth across the thing. Oh, he didn't get anything. Sad. But okay. So Zep, are you playing a hand or are you just watching?
No, just watching.
Okay, round to
He hasn't
Darius
bought in
then.
yet. It's mid-hand. He can't buy in mid-hand.
Not technically mid-hand.
No, it is because the cards have already gone out.
We're posting the buy-in. Like, you could be dealt in. This is the original Mr. Ronda betting. You could be. You
It's
can buy in
really
Mr.
loose.
Ronda
If we're
betting.
playing, if
Yeah,
we're playing,
it's very
if we're
loose.
playing Texas Hold'em, we should all like put the money down first and then roll our things. But it doesn't. Whatever. No. What?
I'm just
Darius
trying to
wants-
expedite the rounds because there's other things
Yeah.
happening in between each round. Of
Yeah. Darius wants to make a show. I want to use performance because I want to make a.
how are you
I want to
leveling
make a.
performance?
How am I leveraging performance? I want to make a show because right now, what's the pots or the bet's 50, right?
10, 10, 50. So 70 gold in the pot.
Well, I was talking about just the bet.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's 60. It's actually only 60 because it started at Zedaar this round.
Yeah.
yeah. But then Darius wants to make a show of going all in, checking his cards. I guess looking at the river. I mean, obviously
How much are
very
you putting in?
nebulous. I'm going all in because I have only been actually I have more than what's in my inventory because I've just been taking the difference that I took from the elf because I assumed we would all just redistribute the money back. So I'm actually at 140 total in my gold.
So you're putting 140 in?
I'm raising to that point, and I'm making a show of looking at my cards, looking at the river, putting all in as I'm leveraging a performance check, just like to show I
I'll allow
just
it.
and also leveraging the fact that I obviously don't like him from our
Yeah. No, I will allow
exchange.
that, and with the exchange, I will give you advantage.
Good, because I'm not proficient, but I can just add money. I can add dice to this. I'm gonna need to. My one bad roll. Doesn't matter. I've got a shitload of these. If I need to, I can take a bathroom break and just get another 5 back. You know, a particularly long break. Come on.
That doesn't even beat my roll.
15.
Yeah, I'm not trying to beat you. I'm wanting to get him to fold.
It would be hilarious if I just ended up winning this hand. If I just
He
like
can't fold. He already put in.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
wouldn't I have to raise the bet? Because
yeah, we need to go.
Yeah.
The bet needs to continue.
Yeah, no, to go
round,
back
'cause
again,
We're now
so, yeah,
up to
it's-
140. So, Ruby, 140. Are you playing or are you letting the boys fight it out?
So Ruby is going to subtle cast Detect Thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. You subtle cast detect thoughts.
And trying to learn out the hands of those around her, particularly Darius.
Okay, from Darius, you're just going. This better work. I'm guessing. It's the surface force. Right?
If it's surface, what's the translation to the like the surface of the sun in terms of sound? It's just that
But-
directed at this man. just
Yeah. You're just getting swearing. You know, like you see one of those buzzword, like jumble word puzzle things, where it's just like loads of words that have been put together. It's like this is the word scape for like this place. The wordscape of Darius's mind is fucking shitting arsing elf boy. Like,
I do not believe we would need to detect thoughts to determine that Darius is not super happy right now.
Darius is pretty calm.
You rolled an 11 performance, my
I
friend.
No.
the Elven Lord you just hear shit.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Because I.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit of an intimidation check towards Darius.
Okay.
What do
But
I
she
roll
is going
again?
to.
I would also say, since you're checking everyone at the table, you're also checking Zedaar.
Yep.
You hear in Zedaar's mind, "Fuck, I'm gonna cheat."
I love it.
Darius, anger clouds the mind. Turn inward, it is an unconquerable enemy. You are
know my-
unique among your brothers, for you choose to face this enemy alone. And I'm going to put in all in.
How did you want? Was that in my head?
No, she said that out loud.
Okay.
What language did you use?
What language
Common.
did you use?
Common.
Common.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna. I hate to be that person, but Midge, how does she know my name? Or that I have brothers?
I
Never
I mean-
said-
Because
didn't
we've
talk-
talked before, you've mentioned your brothers.
You're saying it at the table, though.
yeah.
How does
well,
she know?
Strangers. We're supposed
We're
to be strangers.
strangers. We don't know each other.
oh, do you know each other?
You hear the thoughts change in Darius' head and you go like, God damn it! God damn it, Ruby!
Which one? Which god? Which god?
Oh,
What
it's
am-
all
what
of
am I
them.
roll?
You can't. There's not just one. You can't just use the word God.
Yeah,
You can
which
say,
one?
"Gods, damn it.
damn it.
I mean, it
Pantheon
changes.
be
from
damned!
It changes from every expletive which one he's damning.
There are any number of
Uh,
gambling establishments that we've been at. He likes to get blindingly drunk.
Pissing Paylor's perfect posterior.
Yes, I will agree. Do I need to make a deception check to agree with that? One of us needs to make a deception check, don't we? Because this is rad.
I just clarified. He's a drunk. He goes to all sorts of gambling establishments. He can't help but open his mouth at times when it's not necessary.
Give me a deception, Ruby.
I'm
Normal?
just gonna point out.
Yeah,
he
straight
hasn't
deception. And
touched
give
a
me the
drink since he
also
sat down.
also give me the intimidation from.
Okay.
Also give me
That
the
was-
intimidation from on that roll of
Sure.
thing. And also, are you meeting the money?
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you meeting?
Do you
the
have
money?
100? Do you have 140?
No, I'm sorry. She doesn't. I just put all in. Her all in is 70 gold.
All in 70 gold. Okay, the dealer accepts. Zedaar, over to you.
Zedaar, as he's saying this, almost like he's more desperate to play the hand than anything, he's gonna start chanting to Bahamut and I'm going to cast a spell. And if I get caught, that's fine. But he's basically making a prayer to Bahamut. He's going to cast Enhance Ability on himself.
Which ability are you enhancing?
Wisdom. Can I re-roll my check? Because I would have advantage on the roll now.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, well, that's going to go super poorly. If I get caught out, I get caught out. If they say it's suspicious, that's fine. An 8.
You are fine. You may
Okay.
cast your spell.
So would I be re-rolling at advantage, or would I just be rolling a new check?
Roll at advantage.
If you're adding more money into the pot, it'd be new check with advantage.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Click
So, yeah,
advantage, and then we click.
If you are meeting the raise, you get to roll. You're rolling again. Yeah.
So natural
20.
And I can't put in 140, but I do put in everything I have left, which is 112 gold pieces.
So Zedaar, as the final card of the river flips over, almost like Bahamut's
This point,
grace.
I want to point out, if Ruby just looks at him like, really? All she gets is, it's a good thing I didn't look at my cards. Because he doesn't know how to play this game. He is literally just looking at the way people are responding and gambling on that.
Yeah,
It's
she's
probably
just-
pretty hard to read a Dragonborn.
Yeah, what she does is a sound effect Will is familiar with. It's clacking her tongue at him.
So it's just as the final card of the river flops over, Zedaar mythically wins the hand, and the Elven Lord is, even though he lost a lot of money, he turns to you and he says in
Wait,
perfect
does he
Draconic.
race to the bet?
Yeah, I was gonna
He
say
only
he has to go back
50.
around.
He
Yeah.
has to,
Wait,
he has
oh,
to,
hang
he has
on.
to ante up.
Or
He has to
fold.
ante
No,
up.
because aren't you
Or
all
fold.
me? Who
No,
was
'cause
it
he
that
went
put in
50.
higher money?
I went all
Oh
in
shit!
after
Okay,
he
no.
put in 50.
Apologies. Yeah, I've got to see what he does.
Yeah.
He does. He
mean-
does ante up. Of course, he's going to. This is spurred on by Darius. Let's see what he gets, because he gets a chance to re-roll here. He's not very. Come on. There we go. Better than before, but still not winning. So, anyway, as I was saying, as the final card of the river, as it was almost like the grace of Bahamut has mythically guided you into seeing through everyone else's bluffing and trying to understand the cards in some cases. You win the hand. The money is shoved towards you, and the Elven ambassador looks at Darius, sees him lose, looks to you, and then in perfect Draconic goes, "Oh, by the light of Bahamut's grace, you have won today, sir, and I am overly thrilled for you. Well done, sir." It's just giving you a round of applause, just like, what a hand, what a show.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Give me another perception check, Zedaar,
Sure.
with advantage.
Ruby,
And
that was perfect.
I will allow
Yeah.
Zep to also make one because he's watching the table rather than playing.
Luckily, my enhance
I be
ability is
making
still
one as well?
active because
Yes, it
it's
is.
lasts for an hour. So that's a 22.
Zedaar,
Would I be
there is-
making one as well?
No, because you failed your previous one.
Fair enough.
And no one pointed out to you that there's anything going on.
Just before we go too far, how much money did I actually win from him?
So from
specifically?
him, because he anteed up, he met the 140. So 140 gold pieces.
I just won 140 gold pieces. Hell yeah.
Hey, hey.
And yes, Zedaar, there is an invisible creature to the left of you.
So
And
Zedaar
with
would be like-
that, I'm going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Another episode of the Component Cast. Sorry to cut you off there, but there is an invisible creature right next to you, and we will see where that goes
You're
next time.
totally fine. I just won at gambling without knowing how to play cards.
As always, thank you so much for watching. I have been joined by the wonderful Mordred Viking, Commissar Roach, Lord Lambert, DM Opal, and DM Lake. I also want to do a quick shout out to DM Opal, who was featured in an article this week. I'm going to quickly link that in chat. It was a Polygon about being a DM as part of your profession. I have been
Professional
Midman.
DM,
This is-
yes.
Yes, a professional DM. I'm just trying to find the link right now while I speak.
Even
I'll
more
get
impressively,
that
I
out.
killed 4 mosquitoes during the stream, and no one noticed anything.
Anything.
Oh,
I am completely.
Yes,
one
we
noticed
didn't know
me.
at all.
Happy
you
around.
managed- Yeah, you got it. Okay.
But as always, thank you so much from us. We'll be back. We won't be back next week. We will be back the week after because I'm going on holiday. So we will see you then. Of course, last week's episode will be up on YouTube tomorrow, like I said, and also this week's episode will be up next week. I've been Midgeman. We've been the Component Cast, and we'll see you all. Bye-bye now.
Toodles.
Bye.